Well,
hello everybody and welcome. We are Dicey Adventures, continuing our Tales of Talerian campaign. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention that if you watch us and could you we're trying to eventually get 2 subscribers. So the longer you watch, that's the only requirement that we still need to meet, right? Is average whenever we're streaming, the average number of followers.
No, it's just viewers.
Viewers, like viewing it for a while. So, because eventually when we get to that point, Phil, can you hold up your dice tray again? So once we get to that point, once we are able to get to subscribers, then we'll start doing a giveaway probably once every other week where you have a chance of getting a handmade dice tray from me. So, but yeah, I also need to look into the rules for giveaways just to make sure I'm not breaking any laws by doing that. I don't think
there's really.
Essentially, it's just a gift for doing it, but it's just, yeah. So we'll figure it out.
The only law is they can't be forced to do something to enter. I've recently learned this like 2 days ago. You can enter any giveaway for free.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be if you're a subscriber or not. It would just only be if we get to subscriptions, then we can start doing a giveaway. That's essentially
we could do
like
now, but
nope.
No.
But we're not sure if the viewers are worth it right now.
Because the dice trays do cost money to
I'm
make.
not sure if you're worth it.
Prove me wrong.
So, we're going to jump in.
Challenge.
So, last we left off,
now we know why.
Your party had left from Kingdom's Crossing and began the journey south. Before you left, you ended up talking with, what's his name? Gustav.
Oh, yeah.
You met with Gustav, a local merchant in the Kingdom's Crossing, and bought a few supplies from him, but then also intrigued him with the possibility of, after you had beat him in a bet, that you could show him something that he'd never seen before, and produced one of your father's chaos grenades. Essentially a chaos bolt trapped into a grenade-like projectile that when shot and launched and detonated, it would have that effect. So, showing him that, he gave you a discount on the goods you were after, and you begin talking up potentially a mutual exchange between the two, your father Alonzo and him, and so that began, discussions began that way. So you headed south. From there, you decided to, I think it was only the first night, right?
Yeah, okay.
So you guys saw that winter was beginning to set in, and that night, while you guys were on watch, Ash's ability kind of cloaking you from, making you all invisible, and your fire that you had lit, it made you naked, or it made you naked.
Well,
I don't
remember that.
It made you imperceptible to the naked eye. That's what I was going for. Just made you naked.
That's what her ability actually was.
That's the new class ability for the Druid of Dreams. Circle of Dreams.
No, you're actually making the Circle of the Nudist colony now.
So, you set up camp for the night, and during that watch,
and my feet.
I think it was you, Ash, wasn't it? Were you the one, or was it Callie?
Kelly and I were on watch.
I think it was you, wasn't it? That rolled high enough?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So Enid, you were able to perceive that there were people coming closer to the tent. You saw some figures. And while they couldn't see you, they were aware of your presence there. Apparently your stealth rolls weren't low enough. You weren't being as quiet as you thought you should be. And
sorry. I got a natural 1 on that.
I think 2 people rolled natural ones.
We do that a lot.
So you saw that you were getting surrounded. At which point, Sinjin decided to go out to see if he could defuse the situation. And while not hostile, they demanded an artifact that you guys had collected. The Circle of the Flames that currently Ash had upon her head. after demanding it and giving you a minute to decide as a group whether or not you would relinquish it without force being used, you decided to make a stand. And in the immediate battle that happened, you surprised many of them. Being a much stronger and powerful force, you held your own. You were able to make a few of them bleed in a way that they probably have not bled before. And maybe may have impacted some of their future way they approach things, especially making a name for yourself, being a little bit more powerful. So you fought. Unfortunately, at one point, Ash got separated from the rest of the group, and she was able to get taken down. At which point, again, a strange occurrence happened where her skin turned pitch black, void of any color, just black. And her eyes shone golden, and you watched as 4 or 5 individuals kept hacking away at her with swords, but she refused to go down, sucking the life force from every creature that was close to her. Eventually, they were able to hit her enough that her body lay lifeless on the ground. Not lifeless, but unconscious and bleeding out. You were able to chase the rest of them away and stopped one of them, Sinjin, using a clever confusion spell. Forced one of them to stay behind, being confused at what he was supposed to do. At which point, one of the people, one that was talking, turned to you, or turned back towards the individual that was stopped, and quickly dispatched of him, one of his own members. So, you collected the corpse of the individual. You decided to take a rest that evening, woke up the next morning and asked it a few questions. You gained some information, and that is where we start tonight. As the morning after this combat had happened, you're still roughly 5 days away from Ventark, and you had just lost an item, but gained some useful information. So,
when would you like me
Disciples of
to make
Sinjin.
my role that you mentioned earlier?
Well, whenever it happens, whenever
Okay.
it occurs.
We just talked to the dead guy, right?
Yep.
Cool. And then I talked to Trin.
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure I remember what
Have
happened.
we relayed to the group what you learned from Trin?
I think you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Well, I had a 2nd level spell slot marked down. Was that all I did in the battle?
Well, we slept,
Yeah,
so
so
you
you
should.
Well,
be
but
able-
did I use a spell
Did
after?
you use, what's your second level spells?
Invisibility, suggestion, burning hands, and alter self.
All my stuff.
We were
is
I
gone.
think you
talking
did
about
suggestion on someone at some point, not one of your party members.
I'm wondering if you wrote it down because we were talking about
You
doing all
talked
yourself.
about doing it, but then you didn't
Yeah,
do
I
it.
think
Yeah,
were
I don't
gonna
think you
use
did. I think
alter
you
self,
should be
look
full.
like
You should
Okay.
be full up on spells. Yeah.
Okay, we're all
Yeah.
full on stuff.
Yeah. Everybody's back to
Except for
full.
me. Because I just did speak
You
of
just did
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
staying on
the
it.
day is yours. What do you wish to do?
Well,
Should we bury the body?
No.
no.
You both, one
Okay.
mind. Apparently not.
I don't have my shovel anymore.
And I
What happened to
don't
that?
care.
I
I
actually
mean,
didn't know you
it
had
seems like a lot of backbreaking
shouldn't
work, and
care
they
about that.
attacked us. So we just head south and get away from this place.
Yeah.
South
let's
is where
go.
we're
I'm
going.
really sorry about your crown.
That's okay.
Yeah, that sucked.
So we're going to begin the journey south. You have 5 days of journey. So, is there anything that you wish to do during these 5 days of journey as you're going, We can anything you wish to discuss, to talk. If you wish to do any sending spells, we can do it quickly. We can role play each day. What do you guys want to do?
Downtime. Can I see if I can get another success on one of my flourishes?
Absolutely. Who are you gonna ask to help you?
Probably Callie, because she's sword person.
Okay. Which flourish are you practicing?
I've mastered that one. I've mastered that one. I've been working on the exposing flourish. So I've only got one
Exposing
success
flourish.
on that. So
Okay. So, during one of your breaks from, you stop by a watering hole, and you see Callie and Sinjin begin to engage in a sparring session. So, go ahead, Callie. You are fending him off, and Sinjin, go ahead and roll an attack.
So what am I like? What am
You
I?
have 2 attacks, so essentially he's just you're parrying.
Oh, I'm doing
and
nothing.
he's trying to hit you, and I'll tell you when you
So,
need to make
Gotcha.
it.
20 for the first one.
20, just 20 hit.
Just.
Just hits. Okay. So now what I need you to do is I need you to let's see. What is exposing again? You're trying
It
to.
reduces her AC. So for the second one, her AC would be reduced possibly.
So to do this one, to perform this one, what did I say? What did I say you do?
Cause a weapon, deal extra damage that equals the number you roll on your bardic inspiration die. Additionally, you strike the creature in a way that makes it more vulnerable. The creature's AC is reduced by the number on your bardic inspiration die until it's hit.
Okay.
Until it is hit by an attack, or until.
I'm gonna have you roll a
a.
medicine check.
Well, that'll go well. 17.
17. Okay. So as he's doing this, you watch as he swings the blade, and what he does is he brings the blade close to your throat and slides it just barely across the neck. And instinctually, you quickly reach up, covering the spot, realizing how close he was to your vein, the jugular vein, and you shy away for a quick second, and but you feel yourself recoiling. And because of this, go ahead and roll your.
Your AC is down by 5.
Okay, so
For
your
the
your
next
AC.
attack.
So go ahead and make your next attack.
Huge. Me? Oh,
So you
I
make
was
your
like,
next
I'm not
attack.
doing-
More.
Okay, and then with that, he brings the flat of the blade and hits you in the head. Easily.
Do I go
This time.
down?
No.
I was
this-
like, did you
this
knock
is-
me
this is-
out?
This is a sparring session. So this is the first time where
You could make a show of it.
Yeah. where you practiced
Okay.
before, but you're starting to understand some of the
You've
mechanics. Like
wounded
you have
me.
to pinpoint the spot you're trying to do. So I would say, but it's nerve wracking for her.
Well, that does count as a success.
That one counts as one success.
That's all I need to know.
Well, making sure.
Well, no, outside of it, it's one success. It's a half a success, right? Because you have to make 2 successful practices for it to count as 1 of the 5.
Oh.
Does that make sense? In a battle,
So
like,
you
you
just gotta
understand
get
the
10.
mechanic of it now. If you do it in battle, if you try to do this in battle, and you roll a successful medicine check, it just counts as 1. But if you're doing it in a sparring session where the person is not necessarily a threat, you're just trying to understand the mechanics, it's only half. So you can attempt 1 more. Okay. So again, all
20 to
right. So
hit.
it hits, and make another medicine check.
9.
9. Unfortunately, this time you decide this time to head for the kidney, and unfortunately you hit part of the armor.
My kidney's like it's up here.
Yeah. A little. Scampering around.
Essentially, what it is he's pinpointing a spot
Right.
that makes it more difficult to defend yourself as you
Are you just
try to
human
protect it.
race?
My what?
Like, were you just a human?
Yeah, I'm just human.
I was gonna say if you're like an elf or something like that, maybe not.
Maybe my kidneys are over here.
I keep my
I've got
kidneys in my
6.
arms.
I'm good.
I can move my organs at will.
Alright, so 1 half success.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
It's a class 8
All right.
feature.
Yeah.
So that was the first day. Does
Protect
anybody else
them.
want to do anything?
Oh,
I know that you guys have the books that you guys have been reading and stuff.
I need to practice with my horse.
You have the translation book.
Yeah,
with
probably
Draconic?
been studying some of that.
All right, so we'll go ahead and have you roll if you like. And so we'll say. Okay, we'll talk to your horse in a second. All right. I thought you said you were talking to your horse.
Just work
She wants to roleplay
I
the
have to
conversation.
practice the whatever I'm supposed to
What
do
do you
to.
want? Okay. For this, roll a intelligence check. Just straight intelligence. And
Exasperating to the DM.
I don't know.
It's the worst.
so you can
I've
stand
stopped
playing with it.
No,
12.
it's really the worst.
12. I would say again, you start picking up a few more of the nuances of Draconic,
Just
but it's
can't do
still
two.
it's still just identifying
It's a
words.
lot.
So going to if you were to see Draconic language, you would probably be able to pull open your book and be like, "That's what that is." That's
Slowly.
what. So slowly being able to identify what it is, but you don't. So you're not necessarily able to read it without your translation.
Sure.
So it would take you considerably longer to do it.
Yeah.
So, but Ash, anything you wish to be doing?
I wanted to read more from that book that mentioned Parathenius.
Okay. Go ahead and make an intelligence check as you scavenge through the book.
What looks like an intelligent check?
We need this.
This one looks intelligent. It was not.
Thank you.
It was not. Where is it?
I don't really know
I
why
can't find
any
any
other
other
dice because
It's because it's over here. I drew that. 6.
6. Unfortunately, that you have lost. You're not even being able to find it again. That one mention of him.
To get a
Like
bookmark.
you've been like you're trying to find the book because you have 15 of these. You have 15 of these books in Abyssal. You remember seeing it,
Oh god.
but like you're trying to like
Must be book.
it's like it's weird. It's elusive to you. Like
I'm just digging through
Yeah.
the books behind.
yeah, it's frustrating. Fury, was there anything you were wanting to do during this time?
Probably would just be reading through the primordial.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know how fast of
Make
a...
an straight intelligence check.
There you go.
18.
18. As you're reading through it, the one thing that you start realizing as you read through it, you're noticing that you can read.
I
You can read.
There was more coming after that was said.
I'm sorry.
Congrats.
Alright, you can read each of the scripts, Ogwin, Terran, separately. Because you remember, the script was written in a way where it all kind of flowed together. You're starting to pick out that you can read individual pieces of it. And you can see that when you focus solely on like the Ignin, it talks and speaks more of the fire elements. It talks more of the understanding of the great Titan that has become the elemental plane of fire. It talks about the birth of the first red dragon coming forth from the magical essence. It talks of the Azures, these fire-like creatures that are extremely skilled in crafting things. It's weird, and it's hard to do, and so but you're noticing you're able to pick up on it. So going forward, if you wanted to try to ascertain certain specific pieces of information about a particular element, you might be able to do so in a way that's a little bit easier as you go forward in the book.
All right.
Okay. So I would say that took you a couple days to do that. Callie, what were you wanting to do?
Now, yes.
Practice
Now,
horse
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, because I would like him to not be so terrible at his hoof attack,
Okay.
if possible.
Do you want me to practice
So
parrying with
So
him?
let me ask you this: how is it that you're trying to train with him? What are you asking him to do? I remember I told you outside of the game that there's a way that you can get him to help.
Yeah, I gotta do that with advantage, but I just thought.
Because remember, if you get advantage, he gets advantage if you're flanking.
So, are you
So you
saying
can
there's nothing
no,
I can do?
No, I'm saying you can practice doing that. So,
But what will I get out of that?
Advantage on your attack.
I mean, I'll get
Good
advantage normally.
role-playing.
Nah, pass.
okay. Yeah, we're good. Oh, so we're supposed to do it like this. I understand. Thank you. Okay. So your horse knows what to do.
Yep, we're good.
Yeah, just sit down, talk.
I've been a long work week, guys. I don't have time for this role playing nonsense. No, I'm just kidding. I do. I'm very excited.
Just kidding. I feel great
This is
about it.
fantastic.
Glad to be
I
here.
love it.
I just want to hit things.
We've all been there.
Okay.
Then
So-
have Sinjin help you practice and hit him.
Oh, good.
Yeah, real life.
I want everybody to go ahead and roll me a perception check real
Uh-oh.
quick. As you guys are, we'll say you're on your third day traveling south.
17.
13.
Oh, terribly.
No.
Okay.
That's probably shouldn't.
5.
Does Storm have perception?
Probably shouldn't roll this one. Natural 20.
Well, this dice never rolls well for me.
But yeah, the horse would have perception.
Does my horse have perception? Should I ever roll for him? I kind of sometimes forget I even
We'll say that you're doing it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you're able to pick up as you guys are. You can notice that as you've been heading south, you're beginning to start seeing the very slight peaks off in the distance of the Feldraco Mountains. These mountains stretch pretty high up in the air, so you're still a decent away from them, quite a few miles, but you're able to start being able to see them. You know that the Grimlock Mountains are kind of an extension north of the Feldraco Mountains, and they're a little bit lower. But yeah, so you know that you're on the right path. You particularly pick up this very cold rush of air coming in behind you, like a front's pushing through, and you can like kind of winter, yeah, with the cold mountain air coming from the north, and it sets in and just, and you can feel just the sparse trees that are nearby. You can just see them blowing in the wind, and it's chilly, but at the same time, you can feel warm air coming towards the front. So you can feel like, Fury, I'll let you make a nature check, and I'll let you make a nature check as well.
$19.
13.
Fury is
15.
1 with
15.
nature.
19.
Mhm.
You assume that probably at least the next day or so there's going to be some pretty big storms that might be on the horizon, coming up. Yeah, just based on like the warmer air coming from the south and the cold air pushing straight
What season
so-
are we in?
winter. Like you guys are close to the first days of winter. Yeah, you guys had that.
It's easy to remember saying with both campaigns.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys had that light snow that fell the first day of Kingdom's Crossing. So,
Mhm.
trying to remember what I was saying. Yeah, you guys continue heading south. Oh, you also see that there appears to be a cart on the road that's heading north. Steady pace, just.
Do you need to
The
kill
whole
everybody?
cart.
I was hoping it
Well,
would
yeah,
abandon.
you can see it off. It's maybe
Oh.
a half mile off.
Okay.
You can see the
Are you okay?
the landscape is small rolling hills as opposed to the like heavy rolling hills where you couldn't see on the other side. This is like it's tapering down. It's kind of a slow descent towards the base of the mountains, is what you assume, but less hills. So
Movement on the horizon.
Do I need to
I
attack?
got it.
Nah, I don't know. I just tell there's a cart ahead.
Hmm.
Keep our
So-
eye on it.
Fury, maybe you want to.
I mean,
I
they
maybe
might just
wanna-
be normal people.
I can't imagine Tyrgon's coming north at this moment.
Well,
It's true,
okay.
we'd be heading
Just,
south. Also, I think other bounty hunters exist.
yeah,
Just
looking
throwing
out for
sure?
that
you.
out there. I think there are
We'll change the
probably
music.
other ones that exist.
That's what I was trying to say.
Well, as it gets closer, we can.
Kill?
I mean, no.
Do we have to?
Unless they
I think
attack
one did
first.
something.
I do, but
Alright.
I think you guys have been sparring too much. You're
Yeah.
like ready for fighting.
we are.
We'll just eyeball them as they pass.
okay.
Yeah.
You can see that it appears to be just some traveling merchants that are currently just kind of wave at you as they're going by.
Oh, you think they got?
They say, "Hello, travelers."
Hello, merchants.
You think they have any good stuff in there?
You could ask them.
Do you have any good stuff in there?
Would you like to look?
Cart? Sure.
Oh, well, all right. You see, pulls back on the reins.
Never know.
Stops.
Could be
Okay.
something great.
Well, you guys are an interesting-looking bunch.
Hey.
Do you have a name?
Name's Frank.
Frank. Dang it. It's not a name you thought of ahead of time. Gonna
Are you
be
sure?
important. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it's to throw you
Callie.
off.
Maybe.
Hi.
So what do you guys have?
Frank. Very
Oh,
important.
well, let me. You see,
Bring him
he
along.
kind of just steps off to the side. We actually are delivering some goods on the way towards Nordvard. We're heading up there. We got Kingdom's Crossing about 5 days away.
Yep.
So.
We just came from there.
Oh.
That
nice.
area.
It's getting cold, isn't it? You felt that cold front push through?
Mhm.
Oh. Anyways, well, you're going south, so you're going to be warmer. We're heading north and then north, so it's just only going to get colder and colder. Oh, anyways, we have quite a selection of different stuff. We actually have a lot of cold gear. You look like you actually are currently wearing a bunch of different cold gear, so you might not be interested in that. We do have some items that you might be interested in. Mind to see them?
Sure.
Okay, so you see he has a wife and 2 little kids with him, and you can see one of the kids comes out carrying this large bundle. He's like, "Here you go, Dad," and Dad takes it and sets it down. Frank's like, "All right, what he shows you is it's a beautiful set of blue scale armor, dragon scale armor, and you can see what."
It's not better than
What's
my
your
armor.
armor? Do you have the adamant? I think that's the best armor.
Are you guys familiar with Ventark at all?
I don't know where
Possibly.
it is on the map, yes.
Well, yeah. Well, anyways, we're just north of the Feldraco Mountains, so obviously there's some dragon incursions every once in a while. Well, our the wonderful chromatic or the wonderful metallic dragons that many of us serve. I am myself a member of the Bronze Council. We serve under Miltros, Miltros the Bronze. But I think he killed this one himself. Blue Dragon. But over time, we have several mages there, and he was able to put quite the enchantment on this. So, if you'd be interested, I'd be happy to part with it for a decent amount. We're sending it north, but I mean, you guys are heading south, so you never know.
How powerful of an enchantment are we talking?
Powerful enough that, well, here's the cool thing about dragon scales, is that the dragon that was probably slain, it's a lot easier to infuse an enchantment that's based on it. So, are you familiar with chromatic dragons?
Unfortunately.
So, you understand all the different types.
Right?
Yeah.
Lightning.
Yes, so this would be lightning. So, do any of you have the ability to cast electric type spells?
He sometimes does.
Sometimes do.
Oh, well, could you, please?
Here goes that.
Oh no.
Sure.
Okay, go make an Arcana check. As the spell begins to release.
Just
So you really, yeah.
I'm just doing fire bolt by the.
No, he's asking you to cast something like.
Well,
like
but
lightning.
I know it's a random,
Oh, gotcha.
so I know any of them could do it.
You're casting Firebolt, though?
Bolt, not ball.
Yeah, Bolt.
Yeah.
So Arcana.
11.
11. Okay. It's enough. You feel this strange twinge in your stomach as you feel the spell releasing. And so you begin casting the spell, but you know you can feel all those energies swirling inside of you. The fire, the thunder, the electric. The blessing from the Archdruid that she bestowed upon you. Your natural born influence, what you attend to. You're slowly beginning to feel this change. And as you feel the swirling, you're able to pinpoint each one. And as you're doing this, you feel it.
You're gonna hit him straight on.
If you wish to spend a sorcery point, you can decide what kind of magic.
I think I would do that.
Okay, so you release the firebolt, and what does it become?
So what would this?
It's a lightning bolt. But
So-
he's asking. He's asking.
Yeah,
you to
it's like
cast
a lightning
on
bolt.
it, so
So I think it'd really just be more of a miniature. What you imagine the lightning bolt that spell, just like a more of a thin, but just fast and just
okay.
line.
So and you watch as it arcs across the armor, but then it like dissipates off of it, and you can see a couple of the spokes on the metal parts where it attaches. It and then slowly fades out. But you can see that it reflected a decent amount of the damage.
Could any of us even, out of game, could any of us even wear
It's
this
medium
armor?
Scale armor is medium.
So I could.
Fury
I already
has a
have
look of like
Do you
pure
have good armor
delight on
already?
his face at the moment.
That you can
I've already got
control.
magical +2 studded leather. I'm guessing that would be worse.
I have a breastplate.
Other than the
Probably,
resistance,
plus,
it would
yeah.
be worse.
I have a
You have a
breastplate.
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 Plus one.
This gives you so essentially it gives you resistance. So scale mail. Let me check real quick.
Basically, if you knew we were going up against a lightning thing, you could switch to it. And then you would.
Very
Let's see.
Dragon's
Scale mail.
breath weapons are very specific and very powerful.
Heard legend of an old necromancer working for a blue dragon.
Scale mail. It's 14 plus your dex.
What
So
is
your
that?
breastplate is currently 14 plus your dex.
Yeah.
But this would give you
So it'd be the same?
half the damage of lightning.
Something like
But the same AC.
Same AC.
Oh.
how much we talking, Frank?
Well, to be
Frankly.
honest, let me scout my books real quick. We have a ledger here.
Hey, Fury, you're good at, since you know magic and stuff, maybe. how
Don't
much
know
something like
armor.
This, how much of something like this worth?
Oh,
10 gold.
Go ahead and make a.
can I do an appraisal check?
This would be an Arcana check.
Appraisal.
But because it's something that he's selling,
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you make a.
So 21.
21. You know that these magical items can range anywhere from 5,000 to 20,000, depending on the magical enchantments infused in them. If they are simply the armor itself, that's probably about 5,000, where it's the armor plus the resistance, but this armor can also be infused with an additional AC benefit. So each of those benefits, so the 10,000 is going to be +1, 15,000 is going to be +2.
So
Plus
I would
three
probably,
be the-
not to interject or anything, but you can't really afford this armor.
So you don't know if it has any other additional enchantment.
Would you take anything for a gnome breastplate?
Well, I mean that's a nice breastplate.
It is.
If you're wishing to trade, it would need to be something of similar value at least.
What if we traded and added
Some
some money?
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
So again, let's Alright, so if you're not interested, then that's fine. We can put this back.
Yeah, you can put it back.
All right.
Thank you for showing us.
So
It's
you-
very cool.
Did he even tell us how much it was?
Mm-mm.
He was waiting for bartering to begin.
Oh, okay. We don't really have much to barter, so.
He was able to decipher how much it was
Yeah.
based on his roll, but
And he told me I
I
was.
mean, I
But
have my
you also-
goggles of the
so
night,
you knew probably the base price was 5, max price was
which
what?
none of
Yeah,
us
I
even.
can't even afford the
we're-
base price.
Yeah, we're not even close to that.
you didn't know if it had any
I could've
additional
spent the
enchantments on
parties.
it.
So it would have been.
Okay.
It's fine.
Oh,
Carry
that's
on.
all
I
right.
didn't even think all
We
together.
also have these, and he sets up these this set of goggles, and you can see that it has this filigree of an eagle stretched across it.
Those look familiar.
They're not heat sensor goggles, are they?
Gosh.
Are they?
What else can I give to you?
You're gonna have 3 goggles on just.
Hey, Frank, do those zoom?
Yeah, do they zoom in?
Those,
Actually, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
I maybe do want them.
That's what the eagle
Well, I
ones
mean, I
are.
can. Maybe we can put
These
one and
are
one.
the eyes of the eagle. These have a wonderful feature. Let's see, requires attunement. So I can't currently do it myself, but whenever you attune to this item, what it does is aids you in you being able to see things around you. It also makes things far away seem like it could be potentially up close, magnifies them a little bit. So, yeah.
How much we talking?
Well,
Probably.
how much you willing to offer?
Can I make another?
You may.
Is this still Arcana
Yeah,
or
Arcana.
so 14 for this?
14. You would assume anywhere between probably 250 and 1,000. You're not sure.
Okay. I'd be willing to offer you $275.
325.
300.
310. I've got to make a living. We're going north and it's cold. So,
Okay, fine. 310.
deal. Shakes your hand.
I gotta go.
So,
2 pairs of goggles.
happy Valentine's Day.
I love goggles.
It's the bottom right one.
No,
It's more than I
Some
got.
glasses. Okay. I need all the eyewear. He's getting all the hats. I'll get all the eyewear.
Eventually, you're just gonna have all these attachments that can like.
I'm imagining
adjust.
Toy Story with
Maybe
each one just a
Alonso can
different
put them
like
together.
lens.
Yes, they
It's
all
like
just-
eagle, heat
That'll
sensor,
work out something.
zoom.
Oh yeah, you have Eyes of the Night, don't you? I don't think those are attunement, are they?
Me?
No, the other ones.
The goggles
are,
of night?
The goggles of
No,
night.
I
Those
don't
aren't
think so. I
attunement.
think you just put them on when you need to.
So
see
these are
them.
attunement. These are ones that you have to be attuned to in order to utilize them. So when you put them on, your eyes automatically go into the magical
I don't know what
adjustment.
the goggles of night are. But okay, I
They're able
will.
to.
As we travel, I will be attuning to them.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys continue on. Is there anything else that you'd like to look at, or?
Not for me, no.
All right.
We're good.
Well, we're heading on our way. We thank you for your patronage, and we're gonna keep going. All right. Best of luck to you.
Thanks.
So they continue on north, and you guys continue on south. So you guys have been walking for roughly 8 hours this day, and everybody go ahead and make a perception check. At this point, you have attuned to it, so go ahead and make it with advantage.
Woo! Look at that, guys.
So do you have like both on at the same time?
No, the other one's
If you
only
go to
at
battle,
night.
you must
Well,
start
cool.
rolling.
That's what we did last time. I rolled great in
14.
battle and horrible
14.
leather checks.
Okay.
What'd you roll, Ash?
25.
But I mean, look, what that stopped you. from-
Eleven.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll just wait until everybody gets their low
Sure.
rolls out of the way, then I'll just tell you what I got. Okay, so you are able to see off in the distance these massive thunderclouds that are slowly building up into the sky. And you're assuming, based on what they were kind of talking about, the weather potentially changing, this massive thundercloud, this row of thunderclouds building to the south. Yeah.
So during this, probably almost as soon as the other merchants are off the horizon, I probably would shoot 2 more fire bolts, just probably completely random to them.
Yeah.
And I would use up 2 more sorcery points
Okay.
and probably internally squeal a bit.
I would say that you, Ash, you see this, and you can see him fire these 2 bolts.
I don't think I'm making it very subtle, especially the thunder one still makes a massive boom.
Good thing
Yeah.
we're not being stealthy, guys.
Yeah, good thing.
Never been a problem
But you
before.
can see that he's doing this, and it stands out to you a little bit. Do anything with it? No? Okay. All right. So,
Good.
you guys continue on, and it becomes nighttime. So, you guys set up camp for the evening. We're kind of getting into where you're getting closer to the actual place. So, setting up camp.
Mhm.
All right.
You want to take first watch with me?
Are you setting up the
Sure.
tent, or are you just camping on the
That's
road?
her thing in this campaign.
Okay.
We don't have one.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I keep forgetting that.
I mean, we can have
Okay.
it if you want us to.
Yeah,
have
my
it.
2 characters are bleed together at times.
Okay.
Do you guys think there's any sense in, before you guys go to sleep, in me asking your buddy Cardin if he's heard of the true cleansing fire or those people at all? He seems to travel around and know random stuff.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Might also be worth to ask Tybalt.
Oh. Well, I could ask one. You can have.
Okay. Well, good night.
Okay.
Wait.
They're taking
Oh.
first watch.
Oh, I thought like, should we do this before we go to bed? All right, so we should.
Well,
okay,
we're gonna
whatever.
take first watch, so I was just gonna do it before I take my rest. But I mean, you guys stay up, doesn't matter.
So, who's taking first watch?
Me and Enid.
Okay.
I'm going to send a message to Cardin if possible.
Okay. All right, give me a second. Let me change the music.
Or sending. I always say send a message.
to-
It's sending.
You are sending a message.
Oh, yeah.
You're just not messaging.
Message is a different spell. Just
You can send a message, but you can't message a send.
That's
There you
right.
So-
go.
As you guys set up for camp for the night, you notice that the thunderclouds are rolling in. Does it protect against weather, or does it just protect from outside stuff? So
It
you're
doesn't really
so
protect.
before you guys are going to bed, you're noticing that there's probably going to be a thunderstorm tonight.
Is there anywhere around trees or rock cover or anything?
Yeah. There's currently, you can see this area over here.
That's the best spot here.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and
There's a
put you guys
completely innocuous
right here.
area right over here.
Yeah, we'll just go right.
As you guys decide to kind of set up, there's a few trees nearby.
Oh no. The owl went flying.
What's up? It's your theme.
Oh.
Oh no, that could be bad.
I
I
mean,
know.
No.
That
I was
means-
gonna say, like,
that means
you
someone's
guys are on watch.
either
so you
dying
guys
or
are-
someone's being dug
Where are
up.
we? Where did you say
It's
we
called
are?
Thunder Dream, so it makes
Oh,
sense.
okay. I see.
Where'd you say we are?
You guys are on that.
This?
Right in the middle. Yeah.
Is there a little bit of cover here we can?
Yeah.
We're not just
yeah,
like
we're-
out
yeah,
in the
yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, there's some.
Cool. All right, I'm going to send a message, or
Okay.
sending. Just say, have you ever heard about a group called the True Cleansing Fire? They serve the cleansing flame. We had a run-in, and it didn't go well. One word, go well.
Go.
You watch as he got. You can see. Surprisingly enough, no. That is outside of my range of knowledge. So
Good luck, man.
best of luck to you.
Bad news, Cardin's never heard of them. So, not a Feywild based group,
Roll
I'm
natural
imagining.
one. You do.
Natural one.
Well,
Maybe Tybalt knows something.
I'll ask Tybalt.
For
Okay.
Never know.
your stick with dead spells long back by now.
Oh.
This has been like 3 days.
Yeah. That's what.
Oh.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I was kind of counting as one.
Yeah, I guess I did the same thing. Have you heard of a group called the True Cleansing Fire that serves the cleansing flame? Also, hope you're doing well.
Yes, Enid. No, I have not heard of
Important friends.
anyone of
Yes, Enid.
cleansing flame. I can do some research into it. I have the tuning forks. There's some ready. I was going to provide one for your group, and that's where it ends.
He didn't, Tybalt didn't know anything either. He did say something about a tuning fork, that he might give us one.
Oh, he has them ready?
You're asleep. As he says it asleep. Oh, yes, yeah.
I don't know if he even told us about tuning forks.
That's why that's why I'd be like, I
Oh,
said it
if
kind
you
of.
guys
Well, I
didn't
made
know.
I'd say
like
it
2
kinda confused.
trips to there to talk to him.
Well, I know you know, but did you tell us?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so he
said
told
something
you
about
guys,
shooting
probably
fork.
assuming that Fury had told you guys.
Cool. I don't know what that means.
I
but
didn't know what it
that
meant. I thought
sounds
maybe
cool.
you know what it meant.
Make a history check.
Oh, okay.
regarding magic or magical items,
It is.
Look at you.
Jeez, 2 natural 20s tonight, man.
I rolled a 4 and a 3.
You do remember that the specific reason he was heading into the plane of fire during your travel, and when he needed your help getting into the fire temple was that he was trying to place a tuning fork into the Great Conflagration.
Right.
And that he was going to try and access, but he definitely told you that, so.
Oh, Lewis remembers, but not.
Yeah.
Well, Kayla nor Enid remembers. So.
Well, Enid
But no,
definitely
but I
remembers
meant,
that.
yeah, that's what
You're
I
like,
said.
oh, yeah, duh.
Totally. Totally know all about this fork.
Good.
But that doesn't help us really with our current.
Do we know anyone else important?
Do you think Zoran? He's been around.
Maybe, but I feel like if Tybbalds didn't know, then
Then
Zoran
Zoran
would know.
What about one
Tybbalds
of those?
is more of the bookish type.
So he's
Hmm.
I don't know. We can think on it.
Yeah, maybe we can ask him someone important in Vinter. I was thinking we probably need to seek out some important people when we get there. We got a lot of questions.
Introduce ourselves, make sure they've heard of me. I mean us. Yep, it's a good plan.
Maybe first see if it's good things they've heard about us.
There's nothing bad to have heard, so
Well,
it'll be great. So, this is a random question, but
true.
we're friends, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay. Ash had some crazy idea a couple nights ago about you might care if I'm off, hanging out with other girls or something. And I said it was crazy and that you wouldn't care, but I just wanted to, I was making sure everything's cool.
I'm not prepared.
never
I
are.
told her it was silly and that you didn't care. We're best friends and we can both do whatever we want.
Do you want us to be doing whatever we want?
I mean, we've always done whatever we want, so.
Do we want to keep doing whatever we want?
Sorry, I was
I don't know. I mean, I just never thought about it at all until Ash mentioned something, and then
Oh.
Do not tell a girl that.
I mean,
it's a bad deception roll. It's a natural one.
oh.
Yeah, you can see immediately as he says, I haven't thought about that's a lie. You're able to easily discern that.
Well, what if I thought about it?
Have you?
So many
It's just a conversation of questions.
questions. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I've known you forever.
So it does bother you if I'm with other people? I'm confused.
Would it bother you if I was with other people? Sorry, not seriously. Sorry. Would it bother you if I was with other people?
I'd want to make sure that they're, up to your standards, of course.
If you're happy and that's what you want to do, then I'm fine with it.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Basically.
Okay. Well, I was just curious.
I mean, we've spent more time together in the last few months than we have in years, so it's been good reconnecting.
Yeah. It was rough out on the road without any real friends. I mean, I made some friends, but no close friends. But it's been good. We should probably keep watch because, their lives depend on us.
For sure.
Yeah. Then I'll try to awkwardly keep watch.
So, yeah, you guys.
15.
That's so great.
So, were you guys setting up a tent or anything? Or you
We
guys just
have a tent?
I don't know if
What
we
tent
have a
do you
tent.
think
I know.
Yeah.
He keeps
I mean-
saying we can have one if you want us to.
If we have a tent,
I'm assuming
Sure.
We have
I would
packs or
I would say
whatever,
you have packs and enough to set up
Storm
to,
can carry us.
to protect yourself from rain if you like, because
yes.
That's true. We
set
wouldn't
that
just sleep
up
out in
because
the-
we know the storm's coming.
yes. Okay,
Elements.
so you guys set up your tent, and you guys are currently sitting outside of the tent with the fire.
Right.
But you can see the
This fire's gonna go out.
Good thing I got my night gun.
you can see it just slowly, and you can hear off in the distance the rain falling, the wind blowing, and you can tell that whatever it is coming your direction pretty soon. So
Does it storm in Comstock?
it does.
Okay.
Kromstad gets significantly less rain though, based on where it's located in the
Right.
in the mountains and stuff. The Norkvard collects a lot of the storms and whatnot, and so it's because the mountains it rolls back, and on the backside of the mountains it doesn't rain as much over there. Whereas opposed to yonder, it actually travels out through that channel and goes off to the left, and they also get the weather in from the coast, and so it's a pretty moist environment over there. But your area is set off to the east side, and the dry air coming off the mountains. And so there's a lot of storms actually off to the east, past the Aran Wastes, and it's Bay of Storm, or the Stormy Bay is what I think what it's called. But it's, that there are terrible storms that occur out there. So, but no, Kromstad doesn't see too many storms. You've seen them though.
Okay. I just didn't know
Yeah.
how alert I would
Yeah.
be. Or on edge, I mean.
Okay. So your guys' watch goes by. You see the storm coming
You
in.
didn't tell us who to wake up.
Oh.
Good
I think.
Oh my
Well-
gosh.
Well, I think I would probably actually walk out before, like you're.
You set an alarm?
I was listening to the storm. You can head in.
But not our conversation.
What
Well, I woke
conversation?
her up. I guess you two are taking walks.
So you haven't rested at all yet?
No,
No.
I rolled to see if I heard the storm
Oh, okay.
come in.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Well,
So you
good
two.
night. But I'll just awkwardly go to the opposite side of the tent to go to sleep.
Is it?
It's the farthest away. That's
Just like super awkward.
That's reassuring.
Do we notice this awkwardness?
You're asleep.
I don't
No,
know.
he
woke
just
me up.
walked.
Oh,
He woke-
You're like, what? Oh, sorry. You're not on watch. Oh.
But what if
where
Enid's
it's-
staring at
Or are you taking second watch?
I thought I
as
was
well?
going to take watch with
They
it.
can take it.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's taking watch with
Okay.
me now.
Okay. Perfect.
So we're
Yeah.
leaving Ash on her.
You're still waking up from.
I was asleep. Oh, you
Yeah,
are.
you're
yeah.
asleep.
Yeah. You're still kind of like, ugh, kind of adjusting to.
So I don't notice any awkwardness.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Well, maybe Enid would be like staring at Sinjin. Not staring, but like. just so she
You go ahead and make
asleep.
perception check
So then maybe you'd see that.
with advantage because it's based on perception. Vision, yeah.
You're just staring at with the eagle
Well, I
eyes.
got
So my question is,
20
which
21 or 22, so either one is.
So which things are you using? Are you using night vision goggles, or are you using? Well,
Well,
no.
at
you
night
would've-
I have
you
to
would have
use
gone
my
outside of the tent. You would have gone
goggles at
outside of the
night.
tent
That's
to
Oh,
be with
okay.
Fury. So
Wow.
you wouldn't have been in there anyway.
Those are
Sorry,
a
you
waste
don't
of
get to
2
see.
very good rolls.
So
You found me.
You're so perceptive that you feel like you needed to peek back into the
I
tent.
get, yeah. Mhm.
okay.
I have the goggles tonight on because I can't see in the dark without them.
Okay. So you two are on watch. Is there anything you wish to talk about, discuss?
Is it raining where we are?
Not yet. It's very close.
I'm just watching the storm.
Are we near any trees, or is it literally like that?
You guys are close to some trees, but like it's not like you guys know
I'm like
that
it's struck.
you guys know that being closer to trees is not very safe.
Right, I don't want to be under a tree.
And so while that looks raised up, you guys are kind of in a low area.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Big tip.
It's a big tent.
So we'll say that the shade is down. Like, so you kind of went down to this little dip.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So.
Hmm?
Do you know how to track storms?
What do you... Your horse?
Storms.
Rain is beginning to fall.
Oh, it's storming. Okay. Good
Well,
tracking.
so,
And as this happens,
basically, as it's falling, the rain just kind of warps around where we are, and this whole area stays dry.
How'd you do that?
Do what?
That.
I didn't want to get wet.
Oh, is it like a thing that you can, like, little magic-y thing you can do?
Seems so.
Cool.
so what is actually the effect? Anything within
20-foot radius of me.
20-foot radius. So yeah, essentially everything is staying dry.
That's super cool.
Mhm.
I'm very
It's
impressed. Is that a new talent?
First time I've used it.
Oh.
I can also do this, and I can just make the wind blow a different direction in 100-foot radius.
What? Okay, so you feel the wind, and you just feel it lessen around you.
It doesn't change the like.
No, but it's just breaking around you guys, and so where you can see the trees, you can hear all the air rushing around this area. With hers, you feel very protected and very calm and peaceful.
That's super handy. I'm gonna take watch with you all the time.
Please feel no need to do that.
But it's so cool.
Well, I won't stop you.
Okay.
Both of you guys go ahead and make
Take
perception
that as an
checks. So
invitation.
this is not with advantage, Laura.
Yeah,
It's
I
just not a disadvantage.
Natural 20.
14.
I don't need no stinking advantage. It's my only one I'll get all night, probably.
You guys are watching, and the storm is beautiful, frightening, terrifying, amazing. It's all those words.
Non-existent right here.
No, but it's a very strange and surreal feeling as it's all around you, and you can just hear the loud. It echoes out, and you can feel it stretch across. Both of you are experiencing this. You keep your eye just watching, and it's beautiful. You watch the. You can see the lightning is stretching all the way across the sky. Then you hear the massive thunder. And so you're watching for about an hour. The storm is raging. Then you, watching, you see this jet of lightning. And you can see on the opposite end of where the lightning strikes this large figure in the sky. Massive. Outlining. And you can see the lightning stretch across and tangle around it. Wings outstretched. Large serpentine mouth. And then you hear this faint. You watch as the lightning fades away. You see a flash of silvery white light. And you watch off in the distance, and you see massive drops of hail falling. Another jet of lightning. And you're seeing all this around you. Then you notice off in the distance, you see this eruption of fire off maybe 3-4 miles away. Jettison of flame that erupts all the way up into the sky. You're like, what is going on? Then you see these figures miles up in the sky, and your vision shifts, and you watch lightning, regular lightning, not lightning that appears to be coming from this creature. You watch as it stretches across the sky, and you see a creature maybe a mile off in a descent, heading down
Toward us?
toward you.
I
Continuing.
Did we both see this thing?
tell you. Look at this.
She points it.
This
see.
massive dragon?
Make a perception. Both of you make a perception check.
9.
Natural 20.
There we go.
Natural 20. Okay. As soon as you see the, you watch as part of the lightning hits it and jettisons off its scales as you see this massive blue dragon.
I would turn and scream, "Wake up, guys!"
And as that happens, you watch. 1 second.
He's gonna dress up as the dragon. And come just into the scene.
Enter blue dragon.
Hitting the ground and jettisoning you all. Hence the reason for this one. I need everyone to go ahead and roll a d12 for me.
I don't think that was.
3.
Oh wait,
Three.
a 12.
So,
Oh, I got a 1.
and I want you
Just
to
what
roll
direction you're
another d12 for me. Okay, so what did you roll?
1.
1?
11
11. So
was the second one, whatever that is.
oh yeah.
11 was the
Forgot
second
about
one,
this.
not
roll one for him.
Storm got a 12 and I got a 1.
You got a one. Okay,
Direction
so
Oh,
roll,
do we
yeah.
both roll? 2?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
everyone
rolled
rolls
everyone-
2. She's rolling 4 because she's
Got
rolling
it.
4.
Okay, I go 1, 7.
You got 1 and 7.
I got like
You roll the 1.
I'm going direction of 1 and 7,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
and then Storm is 5 in the 12 direction.
Okay.
So opposite of me, I guess. Oh, whichever way you're going.
Okay. Ash, what did you roll?
2.
2 and
12.
This is just a tree.
Fury.
12 and 6.
Nice. They land right here.
Okay.
Okay. And in
1 and
oh wow.
1 and
Oh,
11.
that way.
Jeez. Yeah.
Can I make
Man.
a dexterity check to see if I just land on the horse?
All of
Just-
you. So all of you. And you all get jettisoned.
Sense.
Jettisoned off in the same. Yeah. Surprisingly so. So you all get jettisoned out in that direction. Everybody go ahead and make an acrobatics check. Those of you that were sleeping, make it with disadvantage.
Texted you that I wasn't sleeping.
Okay.
Said she was going to take a point of exhaustion. Not going to be able to sleep tonight.
22.
You haven't taken it yet.
Right.
you
I'm
haven't
just
ta-
saying
yeah,
I was
okay,
awake,
yeah.
but it's not doesn't matter.
Okay.
22.
22. Okay.
What kind of
14.
saving throw?
Or acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check.
6.
6.
16.
If I got a natural 20, I could have just landed on Storm.
Yeah.
Just like.
5.
Oh, it's
What up?
Storms.
You both rolled really low. You
Yeah.
both take 3 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage from. What did you roll?
14.
14. You're fine.
16.
16.
I didn't roll for Storm.
22.
I had 22,
Roll for
but
Storm, yeah.
Storm got. That's just a dex for him, normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's got 16.
16. He's fine. He rolls and a couple times, but he's able to,
Oh, we're fine too.
yeah. I need everyone to go ahead and roll perception checks real quick.
17.
22.
Do you have advantage still?
No, because I've got the night goggles
Oh.
on.
23. 23.
Oh my goodness.
Me too. See everything.
8. I see a horse in front of me.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, do you get this?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna fight the dragon? Can't we just talk to him?
Can you speak Draconic? I can already answer that for you because
So-
you bought a book, because none of us can.
Yeah.
You guys all, especially those of you that were asleep, get woken up in this like
I'm still down.
explosive manner. Ash, you kind of like you're wiping dirt
I had
and
a
dust
feeling
out of your eyes after you fell and you got bludgeoned, and you're just like, what's going on? Singe, and you were awake, and just this massive explosion happened. Was it lightning? You're not sure what hit. You two are the only two that actually know what just happened. You yelled for everyone to wake up. But the rest of you think maybe lightning struck where you guys were sleeping.
Did it hit the ground, the dragon, like it was crashing?
Wait, are you asking me?
From your natural 20, you watched as it entered into the ground. You watched it rotate and had its hands out in front of it, and you just saw it. You saw it dig into the ground.
Oh, so we didn't like crash and burn like he got.
I thought he was on fire with the fire or something.
Me too, and then he got like blasted down.
Apparently not.
You because you're a natural 20, you saw it, and you saw it in a steep dive, and then enter into the ground. All right, so let's go and roll initiative.
What the baddies get? Fury?
17.
Callie?
24.
Enid?
9.
Ash? 20? Pretty confident.
13.
Are you?
You want to go first? We'll go at the same time.
I don't know what to do first.
As you watch slowly emerging, especially the three of you watch emerging from this hole, burrowing back out of the ground, this massive blue dragon. Not furry, but scaly.
Does it look ancient?
You see it. It's you. I mean, are you skilled in?
Yeah.
Make a history check.
I'm super skilled in dragons.
Probably from all those comics.
24.
24. That's a pretty big dragon, but not as big as they could be.
Cool.
But not as little.
I mean, it's still gonna
Not
suck.
as little as they could be, but pretty dang big. And you're like, you're in your head, you're like, oh shit, I remember this conversation that I had with Enid the day before. Or talking about fighting dragons, and I think we could take one.
It's time to man up.
Man
I have a
up.
question because I'm going first and I don't know any of this stuff. Is it like,
It's an adult.
do I even have a chance?
Make
Is this like a thing that I should know?
If you have Sinjin on your side, you always
Would
have
he
a chance.
put us up against something where we have no chance?
Last time,
Let's
the
try the
last
t-shirt.
battle, we had no chance.
But we survived.
We did survive.
There's always a way to survive.
I'm just wondering if I would know that we should try to get away from here or if I should actually try to fight.
Make an intelligence check.
Natural 20.
What do you think?
That's a waste of a natural 20.
I'm sorry that you rolled. What do you
tell me
think?
to roll. Well, I don't know.
How does Callie feel about it?
I don't know. She's gonna get up and get her horse.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go and take a break real quick though before we get started on the battle. So we'll see you guys in probably about 10 minutes. But yeah, we'll see you then.
Okay, bye.
We are back, and we are getting ready to engage in our awesome battle. So I'm gonna just lower it down real quick so you can see kind of the situation real quick. So there's the dragon right there in the middle, and then all the characters were flung, luckily, kind of off in a similar direction. So
Is that really lucky?
Yeah,
We're
is it?
all in, breath range.
well, it's more of just like you guys could heal each other if you need to.
He's a lightning dragon, so I'm
Well,
assuming
not
I
the
can't use
horse
my
and
trap.
fury.
Yeah.
You can use it.
I mean, it's not to me.
Yeah.
It won't be very good.
Okay,
I think
ready?
so.
Are you ready for me?
Yep.
I've got a plan.
Okay, Kai, what are you doing?
A plan to win.
Get up
So it's
to the
half your
horse
movement to
and
get up.
Stand up.
Okay.
And my horse is gonna stand up.
Yeah.
Where am I? Here. I can't even tell where these squares are.
only got half your movement.
Oh yeah. Well, 35, so half of that is like 15
So
and a half.
3.5 spaces. Or
5, 10, 15. Okay, I'm really gonna actually go this way, and I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna send
You
him
can move 20.
this way. And I'm gonna shoot my bow.
Okay,
Okay.
go and make 2 attacks.
And I'm aiming for his eyeball, but not really because I don't want disadvantage.
Okay.
But if
But-
he rolls a natural 20.
But if I roll a natural 20, that's what's gonna happen. Oh, so close. 20, but not natural.
20, that's it.
alright, that's at least good news.
We at least know a starting point.
I didn't know exactly what to. I looked at all the dragon stats
9.
once upon a time, but
I get to shoot again.
Yep, you have a single attack.
19 plus 8. 6.
You said 19 plus 8.
Yeah, hits.
Okay,
and
yeah.
then I got 6.
Okay.
Can I? Oh, melee. You gotta do it with melee. Never mind.
Okay, so you
oh,
quickly
that could
pop
be
up.
very good.
Ash, you
Mhm.
you pop
I wanna
up
mark
and
him
you're
because
like
then he'll have disadvantage on
disoriented. You
everything.
look up and you just see this massive
I'll get him next
blue
time.
dragon emerging from a burrow
Assuming he
that
doesn't
it was
fly.
just in, landing into the ground.
Couldn't have gotten to him now. Oh, I didn't do him.
He moved his full movement. Are you doing an action? He
I
can
guess
dash.
he can't.
He can dash.
No, it's fine. I can't. It's not like I can do warding, unwavering mark through him, so it's not gonna help.
Nope.
I wanted to hit him quick.
Bum, 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 bum.
I should have gone over to Ash.
Hmm?
Ash. I just want to know why he's attacking us.
Yeah, rude. We were just sleeping.
Dragons are evil. Get back here.
What do you mean, like, they just want to attack people for fun?
Well, obviously,
They don't want anything?
Well, are the dragons protecting?
Part of
you?
me wants to know how he saw us, but another part of me is like, it's a dragon, so screw the rules.
Chromatic or bad, typically. So if it's blue means he's probably
I
bad.
guess I'll just try
No.
Silver or gold
Sleet
he's
Storm.
probably good.
Sleet storm.
Where he
Okay.
is, yeah.
Gotcha.
What's he need to make?
Dex save. Or I'm sorry. Hang on, let me make sure.
I think that's right.
Yeah, it is a dex save.
I haven't inspired one in a while.
Yeah, I don't feel inspired.
He fails.
Okay, so on a failed save, they fall prone.
Okay.
Do they also take damage, or?
Nope. That's it.
You fell prone.
You just fell down.
Nice.
What level spell is that?
Third.
It's I think it's 4th or 5th is the other one. I don't.
I mean, I have Ice Storm.
Ice
okay.
storm.
So sleet storm just knocks
It's-
him prone.
I
This
think it's.
one,
Okay.
and it must make a Constitution save to.
Okay.
Well, that's gonna be in his next turn.
Oh, okay.
I'm still trying to read.
If it's concentrating on something.
Oh yeah, it's not concentrating on anything.
So we have even worse storm now, because that's now happening.
Okay.
That's good.
It's just on the ground.
It's a 20-foot tall, 40-foot radius. So That's
That's
the
massive.
horse and...
Well, you can
Oh, I
aim
can-
it,
Oh,
so it's not
It
a
could be
horse.
way over
Yeah.
here, though.
Oh,
Okay, so
I'm an idiot.
Fury, your
I
turn.
always forget that.
I'm
I think
going
everything's
to
centered
stand
on
up.
that person.
Okay.
And then I think I would shoot a Death's Despair at it.
Okay.
Uh, 20 to hit.
20. 20, that's it.
So it needs to make a Constitution save.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Not that it would really affect him that much.
36.
Close. Where the heck is my... There. And that's all I can do this turn, so I'll tell you the damage.
Okay.
Next. It's 5 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up.
Okay.
And now there's 2 of me.
Nice.
Doing blur.
No.
Mirror image.
Mirror image.
So there's 4 of you, right?
Yep, there's 4 of me.
Okay.
There's some more of me. There's a little one. Here's a little one. There's 4 of me. And that's an action. So I'll just inspire Enid and say, do you want to kill a dragon and smash his brains into the floor? I think a girl like you can do it well. Cast your spell and make him soar. It only takes a moment and then he's dead. What are you waiting for? Do you want to kill a dragon? Doesn't have to be a dragon. Okay, go.
That's awesome.
All right, take your D8 inspiration.
Wait, who's inspired?
You
I'm
are.
just kidding.
Yeah, I feel like you should
We are
Everybody.
all inspired by that.
Well, you're coming up, so. Oh, and then I will
Oh, sorry.
move. Do they all move with me? I guess
Yeah,
they all do. So
we don't need to put them on there. It's
All
we,
right.
we know that you have.
I'm moving 15 feet this way.
So 5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, wouldn't your fancy pants have sprung you up?
They would have. So
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
move
nice.
another.
What would we do without you?
Yeah.
15.
Did you just put those pants in before you fight again?
I just love
I got it.
You just
You getting that close to him?
pat them down or whatever.
Here. 2 more over instead of this way.
Okay.
Okay. His turn.
I'm gonna stand on up.
Half his movement.
Does have to make a Constitution save.
What?
Don't
Stand up.
take my.
Make that estimate. Oh, it's flying.
Oh, I don't know.
But it was prone.
Was
Okay.
I don't know how.
I don't
Well, it's standing. Oh, that's to make a Constitution save to stand up.
It just says its only movement option is to crawl unless it.
24 to stand up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's gonna fly over here.
Oh boy.
All right. I need both Fury and Callie to make a Dexterity saving throw. As you watch Z. You watch.
I feel like I get advantage.
No.
No, that's Tana.
Fail from
I don't know. I thought I
Fury.
had something
Oh, no,
something
it's-
like interesting about that.
I either took half or no damage from those.
11.
No. That's for your horse. You can give him advantage. And then he'll take no damage. If you're... It's part of the Cavalier.
Yeah,
But no, you
Yeah.
would just... We both fail.
that's cool.
Okay. You take half damage, right?
I sure do.
Okay, so you take 33 points of lightning
Good.
damage.
Good.
Callie, you take 66 points of lightning damage.
That's 2/3 of my life.
As
That's
it,
over half.
That's I guess.
I would have been out.
I was gonna put a thing on.
as it releases this massive jet of electricity towards you.
We should have bought that armor.
Give you
Couldn't
the
have.
option.
We didn't have that much money.
There was
I think
no
we
way.
could have. We haven't spent the 1,500 platinum.
No, I thought we...
Either way.
I think that was for the house renovations.
Which we didn't do.
And what we're still doing it. We,
Yeah, we don't know.
Enid, your turn.
Dragon's
You just
not
see
gonna
this
stop those
massive
plans.
thing go whoosh past you.
This is very.
Oh yeah, Ash, you were super close to it. as that jet went past.
I'm gonna stand.
Good. Got 15 movement left.
Back over here. Oh wait, well, maybe I want to do something. Am I still within?
Within 60 feet if you want to do healing word.
Yeah. Fury can't heal at all. You know. Okay, so I'll healing word Fury.
Okay.
At second. $12.
Alright.
Okay.
Just offer to work for this guy.
I would now barely survive another breath attack.
You're welcome.
Okay, at the end of your turn,
No, no.
it's going to use one of its legendary actions.
Oh my
The
God.
frighten
We're gonna
or
Trying to attack the horse, that's what
Yep.
I am.
oh, is that
It's going to hit Storm.
Is it?
That's going to be a 25 to hit.
Barely.
She does.
I think there's
My
only
horse is 24. I'm just kidding. That'd be sweet though.
I have one.
how much
I can't
HP
help
does he
everybody,
have?
right?
17 points of damage to
Oh.
Storm.
17 points.
17 points. As the tail comes around, whack! Smacks him.
Oh, he has a lot of HP.
No, 43.
He has more HP than I do.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's his speed. Hang on. Where's his HP?
That's his speed.
It's on a different page.
He only has 6 HP
Oh.
left.
Oh.
Run,
I was like,
I have him send him away.
Okay,
the horse
Your turn.
has more HP. than
Callie,
me.
your turn.
Can I send away to
I'm
an
gonna-
opportunity attack?
Can't do that.
Well,
I can't do that.
He can disengage as an action, then run.
He can.
Does that count as his action or her action?
His action.
His
He
separate.
is- yeah.
He is gonna do that,
Okay, so he disengages.
and he can go
60.
120 feet by running.
No, because your action
You
is
said-
What's his regular movement?
60.
60.
That's
Okay,
all
he,
you
Oh,
he
okay.
can disengage to not get hit. You can't go across the water.
Oh,
It's like
This is the actual map for once.
I can't go across this water.
it would be rough terrain, so it'd be
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
you can make an athletics check for him to jump over that if you want him to get on the other side of that tree.
Yeah. I don't know what that acrobatics is.
Athletics.
Oh, athletics
So that
is
is strength.
strength plus 4, 13.
Okay, yeah, he makes it over.
So that's about as far
What was
as
I
you
at?
get.
Okay,
That's
here.
gonna be the 10 feet.
So he jumps over the tree on the other side.
Alright, and he's like headed that way.
Okay.
I am going to. I'm gonna swipe him with my sword.
Okay. So you get up right next to the dragon, and you can this is the closest you've ever been to a dragon before,
Yeah,
and
it's probably
oh no, you're good.
not a good
He hasn't
idea,
done it
but
yet.
And that is wonderful, frightful
it is
presence.
what
Yeah.
it is.
Looking forward to that.
That's coming next.
There's nowhere else I can get, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Oh shoot. 19.
19 just hits.
Oh yes.
You have plus what to hit?
10.
Me too.
And I'm gonna mark him.
It's like you're
Okay.
still attack
I only have
And-
plus 9.
So roll your damage.
And I have a.
And
Well, you have plus 3 weapon.
Yeah, she's got a +2 short sword.
is my short
I
sword
have
just
a
a
plus one
D6
magic
still?
It's a D6.
Okay.
Short sword doesn't change. It's D6. It's just +2.
It's the same as my short bow. That's why I thought I was.
Yeah.
Oh no, my saber though.
Your
Oh
saber
no,
is
whatever.
not
Never mind.
magical.
Yeah. Never mind. Okay, so 6 plus that 13.
13. Okay.
And unwavering mark.
Natural 1.
But you can unwavering mark.
I did do the
Oh,
unwavering
okay.
mark. Yeah.
Just wanted to.
Yes, for sure. I did.
She said he's smart.
Yes, I did not mark it, but
Okay.
Ashland. Destroy
At the
him.
end of his turn,
Oh.
or at the end of your turn, he's going to take a tail attack against you, Laura. That will. That's a low roll. Tail attack. That will be. Hit. 15 to hit.
So the horse ran into the
is that a
sleet
melee
storm.
weapon attack?
It is.
You know, I won't. bring that up.
15 to hit.
15.
Oh, misses.
Misses. And it was against you.
Yeah, I was gonna do the warding maneuver, but I don't need to because he missed.
I think it's when it's against.
It's you or another creature.
Oh, okay.
It'd be nice if you had a magic fire circle.
Okay. Callie, or Ashlyn, your turn.
I'm dropping Sleet Storm.
Okay.
I'm gonna beast shape into a giant eagle.
Okay.
Too bad you can't turn into a dragon.
And yeah.
Not yet.
That'd be super cool.
Not ever.
Polymorph in there.
True polymorph, you can.
Don't you have polymorph?
Not true polymorph.
Oh.
That's level 8, I
Can you
think.
turn into a baby
Shape
dragon?
change. You can do it.
I always forget the difference. There's like
Yeah, I don't.
Is each plus this square on this?
I think it's in the
It's like
middle
in the
of
middle of the
pluses,
pluses.
Yeah, so 10, 15, 20. And you're flying, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, how high are you?
Maybe like, I don't know, 15, 20 feet off the ground, just high enough that I can still do some things. Right?
Okay.
That's all I can do.
Okay.
Can't do anything without hitting anybody else.
Well, I'm in a very bad spot. But I needed to mark him because whatever he does now is at disadvantage if it's not against me.
I think
And then
I
I
would
should have done
move
second one.
5, 10, 30.
Forgot to do that.
I think I will attempt to banish it and give him disadvantage.
Okay.
Nice.
He will use one of his legendary actions and succeed.
How many of those do they get?
They're
3 a
only,
day.
yeah, but
Yeah.
those are lucky because they're only per day, so you can burn those out. The legendary actions, the extra attacks, those keep going every round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But once you burn his resistances, he can't just do them again.
okay.
And at the end of that turn, that'll be a 21 to hit.
I'm gonna do warding maneuver
Okay.
and roll a d8 and add it to my AC. 24.
24. He does not hit. As you see him swing, you bring your sword and shield up and parry off the tail as this massive spike
It's like got my heart
comes
going.
past it across. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Did one of those.
My turn?
Yep.
Pop out the blue potion of heroism. Knock it back.
Okay. Bonus action.
So I now have the effect of bless without having to concentrate,
Yep.
and I have 10 extra HP.
Okay.
Nice.
Then I'm going to 15, 15, 20, 25, 30, 15, 15, 20, 25. Well, I can go diagonal, right?
Yeah. That's rough terrain going through there.
No,
That's where
it's gone.
Where the
That's
no,
a-
where the
that's where the
these
dragon
triangles
Oh.
impacted
are.
the ground.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
I can get about there with dashing, but that's all I can do.
Okay. Let's see if he gets his breath.
Back.
Nope. Okay. So, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Everyone.
As he lets out this
and-
terrible.
Gnomes have advantage.
Shoot. 13.
13.
Fury peed
Wisdom
himself.
save. Everybody.
Do you have the marker? Can you have
Yeah,
the marker?
wisdom save.
Oh, fears in there.
Fear might be helpful for me if it makes me run away. Unless I have to take
Paralyzed.
I mean, he would
Paralyzed
still
in
do
fear.
an opportunity.
This is not paralyzed, it's
No,
fear.
it's fear.
I got 16.
16 fails.
16 fails.
Well, what about a 3?
3 fails. 25, yeah.
5 or
good.
below, you pee yourself.
Did you say you failed?
Oh, yeah.
28.
You're good.
The wisdom people, they're fine.
Yeah. Roll one for.
Oh, I forgot to move him last time.
Roll one for him too.
Okay.
No, you moved him on your turn.
Here we go.
You've only moved twice.
He's just been doing actions against you. He's
Yeah.
getting
Oh,
extra
so it
actions.
feels like I'm having all these
Yeah.
turns.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
sorry.
So
He needs
roll-
wisdom.
I feel like he's very wise. Come on, that.
I
20.
wish he was.
Well,
8.
well,
8.
he's gonna run
He's
away
fine.
from it.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to do anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone
is
that has
probably
that
really
marker is
afraid.
frightened. You do so. Essentially, what frightened means is that
Can't move closer.
you can't move closer. You have disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of your fear is within sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to that creature. Yeah.
Feel good about it.
We can't move closer. Do we have to move away? That's what you said?
No, you don't have to move
No,
away.
No,
but
so I
you
can
can-
stay
You
right
can't-
where I
you can
am.
stay right
Stay,
there, but
you're
all your
at
attacks are
disadvantage.
disadvantage. He's turning towards you.
Because you're terrified.
What if I put on my goggles?
He's turning towards you.
Okay.
And he's going to make 3 attacks against you.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die.
As it bites and claws and tears. The
I'm
bite.
terrified.
Bite was a natural 20.
No, I've got the
Wait.
armor of adamantine.
You. That's light. Oh, man.
But I
Also,
can't. I
remember
can't.
That
you
was
can cancel
close.
them with your
Yeah,
I
I don't
can't
think she's
I know,
close
I was
enough.
getting ready to
I
count,
don't know if
but
you're-
it doesn't matter anyways.
If you rolled a 20, can I overcome that with warding maneuver? No.
No, natural 20.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Well,
adamantine.
it's plus 12 to hit, so I don't think you're going to overcome it.
Oh, because it'd be
regardless.
32. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So you must have rolled really bad those other times. Oh, just
Yeah.
that hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so instead of 46 points of damage, you take
23.
23 points of damage.
I'm gone after these. It doesn't
Okay.
matter how many you hit.
Next attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone unless you miss.
17. I think
Nope.
that misses.
That misses. He needs to miss again.
25.
I'm gonna roll my thing.
Roll your reward maneuver.
8. Yes.
Oh,
Great!
man. In a last ditch effort,
Yes!
you use your shield and block the massive claw that comes down. And
9.
jump out of the way in between its claws. It scrapes across the front of your shield.
Don't worry, he's already bloodied. So.
Or come back.
You can just see it. Yeah. Frustrated.
He's gotta be
at that.
frustrated.
Enid, your turn.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna cast a spiritual weapon,
Okay.
and
Where you cast it? I don't know how far you can cast
I
it.
think initially I can
60
put it
feet.
60 feet out.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can get it all the way to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can go ahead and attack him now, right? If that one's not a waiting one.
Mm-hmm.
14.
14 misses.
Yeah, didn't.
So,
Is it at the end of each of our turns that we try to shake off the fear?
a creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect of itself on a successful save. DC 17, just so you know. Yeah. Okay. Callie, your turn.
No, I missed. I just get one turn. It's at least out there now.
I am going to hit
Okay.
him first.
Before that, actually, I forgot. He has his legendary actions. He's going to use a tail attack against you. That'll be a 30 to hit.
Barely.
Forgot about
If
that.
I had just gotten one turn before you did that, you don't even have to roll.
You didn't roll quick enough.
No.
You could get a 1 for the damage and then...
No, he's not gonna get a 1. His plus is probably more than that.
12 plus 7 is going to be 19
Yeah, I
points
have
of
9.
damage.
I'm down.
Whack! So Callie goes down.
Dang it. Yeah, because now my mark's
Yeah.
gone.
Okay. Callie.
That was
Save.
It's start of your turn. Death save.
Ooh, but the fear's probably gone.
No. Fear doesn't go away.
It doesn't go away when you fall down?
No.
Oh. Okay.
That's one fail.
That's a fail.
Okay.
Can I make a wisdom saving throw while I'm unconscious? Because I'm
Use
in my
another legendary
mind.
action.
I'm going to attack you again.
He gets to attack with advantage.
Laura, report the
It hits you
character
right
creation.
Yeah, you'll be dead if this hits you.
20 just hits.
You're dead.
You're gone.
Like dead.
So that's
dead.
one hit.
But that's an automatic
But that's
crit.
automatic crit when she's unconscious, so she's dead.
I think my thing is...
Unless she's close enough.
I have adamantine
Oh wait,
armor.
she has adamantine armor.
That's true.
It's not an automatic crit.
Yeah, she's immune to crits.
Yeah, I need to be
From melee
just
attacks.
one
So it's
death?
just one. Yeah.
You're lucky because you almost made this worst Valentine's Day ever.
Hey, you died with eagle glasses. You're fine.
And the night goggles. I'm not dead yet, though,
Ashlyn.
people.
Your turn. You just see whack, whack, this tail smacking. You just
Man,
see
my
limbs
turn
of
was
Callie
going so
flip up
good.
in the air twice.
Turn to an eagle, run away. We got this.
I'm already an eagle.
Oh,
She's like, I'm out. I go find a new group.
Decide if it's better to heal you or try to move you first.
I do not know.
I'll probably
Bring it back.
heal. What? She's an eagle.
I know we've got a giant eagle. I
We
think
have an
isn't the
eagle.
box up there?
I don't know.
Might be.
I'll go find it while you figure out how to help me.
Eagle walks upside down. Haggle with it, Fury. Haggle with it.
I'm really trying to decide what it is Fury would do right now.
She's going diving.
Just looking through the toys. Giant eagle!
Shit. I don't know if it'll stand any better, but.
Yeah. Students talk about it.
I'm sorry.
I had such a hard
like
time counting.
Bigger than the dragon.
It is kind of hard to count on this one.
Yeah.
Rough terrain doesn't affect you right now as well.
Right. I was just trying to figure out where I wanted to be.
That lasted a little bit longer than I thought I would. Being that
You're-
close
you're
to the
warding
dragon.
maneuvers.
And you only had like 30 points when you got close to
Yeah,
it.
because that first
I'm gonna
blast.
go there and I'm actually gonna drop the form.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I think Fury's about to go into that form.
And then I'll cast Healing Spirits on her. Healing Spirit.
Okay, so when the first time she starts her turn in it,
Yeah. So when she starts her turn.
Oh, no.
okay.
Don't worry, we got diamonds.
I think that's the only healing spell that I have prepared, so.
Yep, no.
Yeah. I need everyone to make perception check.
Where's that gold dragon when we need one? Oh, I can't perceive anything. I'm dead. Oh, my horse could though.
10.
The horse is running.
15.
16.
But he would know that I'm down. Like he
He's
can't
just
come
running.
back. But
He's just running.
does he need a perception check for him?
Actually, he would stop there and try to go forward, but
He
he
just can't. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Do I need to make a wisdom
What'd you
save
roll?
for him?
We're 10. You two, as you're kind of sitting there, you hear this rush of wind, and you feel this rush of cold air flying over top of you. And you watch as this massive shadow covers the ground even blocking out the lightning, all the flashes of lightning that are going on above you, twice as big as this dragon that you're fighting right now. The wingspan extends out beyond it. And you watch,
Yeah, we got him.
you watch as you see the very faint edges of the tail and a silvery shimmer fly, and you watch as two figures jump off the back of this individual, of this, and land right here and right here, wearing gleaming silver armor. Could you go and write allies?
Yeah. Got some
I
backup.
think what no it
Help
was.
from above.
Help from the sky.
Okay, so it's their turn. Seeing that you're down, this silver dragonborn wearing massive silver armor, full scale mail,
That's a lot of silver.
a lot of silver.
It's very shiny.
Silver guard.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Bard Dawn?
Well, that's
The
probably
strong?
guard.
Ah.
Strong, but this is probably the silver guard.
Kind of does a quick take around. He's gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds. I'm trying to remember how much that is.
If you need
Just
to exclude
one
people, you
D8.
can exclude me.
It's just, it's not much. I don't think.
I thought it was
I'm at 10 over my max right now.
a fifth level spell.
It's right here, Nick. It is 3d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Up to 6 creatures.
What's the range?
60 feet.
60 feet. So it's
But
gonna
it,
hit.
Only
but
one
he,
landed.
he doesn't. You can also cast it. I think at some point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not frightened.
Well, it says choose. You
I
can
would have
cast
gotten
it,
to add
Nick.
less to
Wow.
my throw, and I got 16. I only
Yeah.
need 1.
Nick, you can add. It says choose up to 6 creatures in a 30-foot radius, but you can cast it 60 feet away from you.
Okay, so everyone that needs it will heal.
Cool.
It's just-
Didn't roll too bad.
It's just us. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Max damage 3.
Oh, let's
Okay,
see.
but if he puts it there, he'll hit like all of us over there.
19
That might be
points.
too far.
Everybody heals 19.
I think yours would be too far.
Alright.
Well,
All right.
That was his turn.
no, you're like right
You
in
watch as the other individual runs up,
19.
there. 19.
afraid of the dragon. And he's going to make 2 great sword attacks against him. He runs up wearing full scale mail as well.
Yeah.
Those are both pretty dang good. That's going to be a 25 and a 29 to hit. So both those hit. So let's see.
You know all those benefits that we were talking. If we beat a dragon, those are diminishing quickly,
Mm-hmm.
in my professional opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You got here first. I'll respect the code.
So the dragon takes 23 points of damage.
We were holding our own from the ground. Maybe they'll split it with us.
Okay. Alrighty, so that was that one's turn. Okay. 23, I said, right? Okay, next up is Fury. You see these 2 individuals drop off of this massive thing that just went flying by. These 2 figures jumped off and landed in front of you. And they begin attacking the dragon that you're fighting.
I think I would now just try to cast slow on the dragon.
Okay. What's the save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom plus 7. 19.
misses.
Okay. He succeeds on the save. Okay.
But I would stay where I am.
As one of his legendary actions, he looks at you, Callie. Or the knight looks at you, and he says, "Get up and fight." So you can run up to it and make one melee attack.
But the knight has a legendary action?
The knight does. As that happens, the dragon's going to use one of its legendary actions and take a swipe at the knight. It does hit.
22.
22 hits. Go and roll for damage.
8.
8.
Jeez.
Okay.
I don't think I add anything to my...
He took
Yeah, plus 7.
18 points. Okay.
Which is ridiculous.
Just
Right.
one hit, you said, or two? Like,
Just
okay,
one.
no, it's
Just
not
want
like a
you to get
normal
up and
thing.
hit it.
There you go.
You felt compelled and
I
needed
am
to do
compelled.
it. All right.
Oh, wait.
Sinjin, your turn.
Wisdom
Right
saving
up.
throw. After my turn, and I fail again.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to attack him. Am I flanking with Callie now that she's up?
You can move.
Would she have
Oh,
made
to the
her
side,
wisdom
yeah,
saving
you're
throw after her first death saving throw?
Go and make another wisdom saving throw.
Nope.
Nope.
It's a scary dragon.
So
I
roll
feel ya.
again. Roll another d20 for me. Real quick.
11.
11 plus your attack modifier.
Well, 21.
Yeah, you would have hit. Okay. I just want to make sure. You would have been a disadvantage.
Oh,
Hmm.
gotcha.
You're still frightened. Okay.
Natural 20 to hit.
Whew. No. Yeah.
And I'm going to use a mesmerizing flourish.
Okay.
So, yeah,
This is the
rolled an
closest
8
we're going to
so
get
I
to the
double
bard trying to
those.
seduce a dragon.
So 30. 15 times 2, right?
Yeah, 30 plus 7. So 37 points of damage for the first hit.
Okay.
And he needs to make a
'Cause
wisdom
he has-
save.
Okay.
Special flurries.
Wisdom save is 15.
So he saves.
He does save.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know he
I was gonna.
but
He was going to if he didn't, but
and then my second attack, 23 to hit.
hits.
Another 8. I don't have 23 points. So 15 more points of damage.
Jeez Louise.
And third attack.
Oh, bonus action. Yeah.
18 misses.
18 just misses.
Use an inspiration.
Yep. All right.
Oh, actually, I used 2 because I inspired you.
I only ever get like 1 second wind, right? Like that's like just one.
Until like level
Before his
17 or 18.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna use a legendary action. He just begins flapping the wings. Woof, woof, woof. Need everyone within 10 feet of him to make
Is that your spiritual weapon?
Yes.
dexterity saving throw.
17.
17 fails.
Good. It's my luck. Well, actually, it's not my luck. I've been doing well.
13.
Fails. You are knocked prone. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. The knight.
Both of us?
I'm not dead yet. Oh yeah, me too.
I
Knight
feel
succeeds.
happy. I feel...
I'm assuming.
And yeah, knight succeeds. He's fine. What were you saying?
We both each take that, right?
Yeah, and you're both knocked prone.
Good. Good.
I'm still fine. I just barely went down below my
Let's see.
temporary
Let's see
hit.
if his breath will come back. Oh, dang it!
Here the drop.
Ugh.
That's what
That
I'm
breath
trying to
will come
like.
back.
Yeah, let it take some hit. Yeah.
You watch the dragon kind of and it's gonna well, you're knocked prone. He's gonna attack you,
Me?
you, and you both once. Let's see how this goes. So he's gonna first bite at you.
That me?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a 15 plus 12, so 27.
Just barely.
Is that a
Oh, really?
disadvantage because I marked him or no?
Odds way.
You're
I mean, I would have like
you
marked
know
him
it,
again,
that
but
mark
okay.
failed. Well, I mean, because you marked him the first time, but,
Okay, so
but
next time I can mark
it
him
hasn't been
again.
your turn.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so the bite is going to be 210. I'm just use this. So you take 18 points of piercing damage and 5 points, so 23 total.
Alright.
Okay.
It does say just whenever you hit with the melee weapon attack.
20 to hit you, Laura.
Unwavering mark.
Laura, the
Oh,
claw.
yeah.
20
I'll
to hit
do it
you.
next.
14
Yeah.
hit points of damage.
20 to hit me.
20 to hit you.
Warding maneuver.
Oh, yeah.
I got
How many?
one left.
You got one left?
2, so 22.
2. Okay,
Nope.
he misses. Okay, he's going to swipe at you again. He's
What?
annoyed that you don't.
Annoyed.
him. So that's 29 to hit.
Fine. He can
Okay.
have that one.
14 points of
Down
damage.
again.
And I'm down.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
survive this,
Seeing that, yeah, he's taking you down. All right, next
Enid's
up
got
is
diamonds.
going to be Enid.
Not gonna die.
Do we?
today. Enid does.
His legendary action.
As long as Enid doesn't.
His legendary actions are fun.
So you still.
Oh, is that gonna always happen with my turn? That's unfortunate.
what?
Not his legendary resistance.
No, those are
That's-
3 per day, and I
that's-
used up one of them. Did he use one?
His tail attack, his wing attack, all that stuff comes back every round.
Oh, I got it, but
His
not the
legendary
legend.
resistance,
It's-
no.
Okay.
He's used one, I think, so far.
Okay, I'm trying to make him use them up.
I'm gonna move a little bit. 30. And then I'll use my tombstone.
Yeah.
I didn't roll with advantage against you guys.
What do you,
That's
for
part of the
what?
reason
It
why.
wouldn't have mattered with her because she can't take criticals.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why would he have advantage?
They're prone.
They're
He knocked
prone.
him prone.
They're prone.
Would an 18. Oh, wait. Oh.
You have an inspiration dice. Don't forget.
Why can't I add 21?
21 does hit.
Okay.
What did you cast?
Well, she's-
Oh,
she's
sorry,
on
my
tombstone.
I'm doing my
Spiritual weapon.
tombstone, so I haven't cast
Okay.
anything yet.
So
I think
even
it's
after you use your warding maneuver, if they still hit, you take half damage.
9 points of damage.
So 7 points.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered with that one. But
That's right. But all those other ones. Okay. Well, I'll remember going forward.
I will do.
The attack so that the target has a resistance against the attack's damage. It'd be helpful if I read the last sentence on there.
I didn't either
What are you
until
doing?
just now.
Healing word
Okay.
at 3rd level for Miss Allie.
You don't need to roll.
Oh, that's right, because you're
Yeah,
down.
you're max.
So,
Yeah.
18.
So-
yeah.
Nice. That's the good thing about the Death of Angler.
Wait, do I also
Great,
add
great
anything
point.
to healing word? Or is it just...
Yeah, you're supposed
Oh,
to
that's
be
what.
on
Twelve.
fire.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's fine. Okay.
I will take
Plus 6 because
Everyone's gonna use like all their healing on me.
Okay.
Yikes.
That's what I'm here for.
He is
It
going
is.
to use one of his legendary actions, and he's going to swipe at you with his tail. That will be. Oh, you're also on the ground, so that's with advantage. Only going to be a 27. Okay, you take,
That's a good thing to ask though, because when he's got this flourish thing
You
going
take
on,
16
he's got
points of
massive
damage.
AC.
are
Cindy's
you within
actually going
range? Ina, are you
Wow.
within range to do the critical?
down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to be within
Enid,
30
Callie,
feet.
your turn.
it's my plan.
Or Ash.
Whose turn?
Callie and Ash.
Callie.
Oh, they said Enid and
You did.
Callie.
You said
Yeah.
Enid.
Oh,
Callie.
Callie.
Okay,
I mean, I could go again.
I am going to stand up,
Okay.
What you believe in?
and I'm going
Believe
to
in God, He the one to back you up.
hit.
With disadvantage.
disadvantage. But it's a straight roll because he's flanking.
Is it flanking with me when I'm prone?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're still an attack. You're still a
I'm
creature.
still a threatening
That's still a
force.
threat.
I got you.
That one.
And it's disadvantage because I am.
You're just laying on the ground.
I'm
On
Straight
guard.
roll.
Shoot, 16.
16 misses.
I'm gonna try to hit again.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, 16. I'm going to do
You have
my
action.
action
Action
surge.
surge.
But I'm gonna do it to,
Don't forget about your
Second
second.
and I'm gonna
Wind.
do second wind. Can I do both?
Yeah.
Isn't second one a bonus?
Well, it says
Yeah,
use
you
bonus
can-
action,
you
so
can
this
get-
is
so
yeah.
you can do 2 more attacks and second win.
Yeah.
right because I did 2 attacks and second wind.
Mhm.
Now I can now I've got an action and a bonus action again. Because it says
Yes.
take an
Yeah.
additional
Yes.
action
Yeah,
and bonus
you-
on your
Mhm.
turn. Yes.
So-
So that was my first thing.
Yeah.
Remember?
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. So let me do the D10 really quick. So 5.
Plus 8, because we're level 8.
Oh, 5 plus 8. Okay, so 13.
I
31.
can't see your.
Okay.
Yep.
And I have to like get the glare off of it. I'm gonna try to hit, and then with my action surge or whatever. Oh my gosh, natural 1.
Okay.
That one.
21.
21
And I
hits.
mark it.
Okay.
Mark it.
How many marks do you have left?
That's roll.
That's
the last
one
one.
more.
Oh.
And then 3 plus 7, 10.
Okay.
That was a lot of work for only 10
That
things.
As you strike him, you watch as one of the scales comes off, and you see a little tiny trickle of blood.
Scale down. Oh, since I have an extra bonus action from that action surge thing, can I take one of my potions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
You may.
I have a common. It's
2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
This is the craziness of
I
fighters.
know there's like doing
Fighters
all
can
these
just do a
things.
bunch of things, yeah.
2d4 plus
2d4 plus 2. Alright, Ashley.
Oh
your
my
turn.
gosh, 2
actually,
ones!
After that,
has to
he's
be
gonna
the
strike
most.
you again, St. John.
Oh.
That's
Does it
like
matter that
really
he's
expensive
been
potion.
marked?
Yeah,
So it's a
I know.
disadvantage, so straight
That I gave you.
I know.
Dis-
So that will be a
Disapproval.
17.
For only 4 points of healing out of 10. I guess it's only out of
Oh yeah, he only gets
10,
one
but
time.
still.
Okay.
But
Whack. You roll out of the way.
The
Dodge
fancy
that.
pants only work once, right? Until I reset them.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it?
As I
Fancy pants only work once for me.
I'm gonna move my healing spirit over to Sinjin as a bonus.
Okay.
Did he
wait,
attack you? Oh no.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, yeah,
is it
can I-
wait, has
advantage?
that been?
It was.
And I get to
Do
Been
hit him.
active the whole time, so
I get to hit him.
you.
I think she
you,
moved out of it technically, though.
I think.
Oh, because it was over
It
there.
was over. It was right there.
Oh,
But I
it's
think
there.
She moved
Okay.
over a square.
Okay.
Yeah, I did
So
get
she
up
was
and
out of it.
Okay, so at the start of your turn, Sinjin, you'll get a healing.
Sweet.
Can I do? Sorry, one other thing. I didn't do the wisdom save at the end of my turn,
Yeah,
and
go
do I
ahead,
get to
make a
hit
wisdom
now
save.
because of his thing that he did? Because he's marked.
Because she gets
Yeah.
to make an attack right if he
As-
attacks
I
anyone
think
else.
it's as a bonus action on your turn is when you get to make the attack. On your next turn, if you want to use a bonus action, you can make an attack. That's part of the wording maneuver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I think
Yeah.
Just as a bonus attack.
As,
Okay, so
as a
next-
bonus action
Fine.
on your next
So
turn.
you essentially can
As
make
your
3
next
attacks next turn
Okay.
if you wanted to, since someone else
Well, I
was
do want
attacked.
to. Yes.
So, and you have advantage, and it does extra damage.
Yeah.
But it's not your turn yet.
No, I'm
No.
doing my wisdom save for
Okay.
the frightened. Oh my gosh. 11.
You're still frightened, scared of the creature.
So scared. Well, he's taking me down twice. I should be scared, rightfully so.
I'm gonna cast Blight.
I don't think I wrote down the
Blight's
unwavering
nice.
mark right because I put.
Okay, he has to make a
Constitution.
Make a
Constitution
creature.
save. Constitution will be plus 11,
Does
so
he mark it until the end of
18.
its next turn?
Yep. So he gets half damage.
Till the end of your next turn.
So at least it happened this time. So next time I do get to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was making it more powerful
Dragons
than
are
it is.
nice with
I was
all their
making it like
plus
It's
11,
like-
forever.
plus
but
12.
it's
Oh,
not.
no.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Is it?
It's great. You guys watch in the sky as you can see another massive figure equal to size of the one that just flew over shoot out a bolt of lightning and strike this one, the silver one that was right above you. Literally happening right above you.
Yeah.
Go back to Yonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we
We don't
going
need to
down
talk to
here
this
again?
guy.
This
Send
is
him a message.
crazy.
Describe them real well to me. I'll just
Yeah.
send a message to them.
We should just never go anywhere.
never
Just
mind.
only.
Sorry.
No problem.
Just everyone draw pictures for me. I'm like, got this.
Oh,
It
got the
worked.
wrong guy.
It worked for her.
Nah. Oh, 8, 16, 36,
So half of 36.
18.
17.
36 is barely
He is
above
almost at
average.
triple digits.
All right.
That's actually really
That's
good.
really good.
How much do they normally have? Start with.
I think upwards of 2 to 400 depending on which adult red dragon or which adult dragon.
Ally's turn.
Wow.
Okay.
I gotta finish it off.
After his turn, he's going to
That's a
tell
pure
you to get up
guess.
and strike.
That's a lot though.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. Do I get advantage because I'm
No.
still flanking?
Yeah, because Kylie's still up.
Yeah. 24.
That hits.
13.
13 points of damage from that. Okay.
Oh man. All of these. I have mirror image up.
Hmm.
Well, what happened to all your people?
Yeah, that's what, well, I forgot about them.
Well, where'd
I know
they
you're
go?
like in my
Yeah,
Sorry, I
where'd they
forgot
go?
about them.
We put it on the board.
I know, I moved
They
off
follow
for a second, so
him.
I didn't want to move
There's
around.
a good chance I would have lost concentration at some point anyway.
Yeah.
But there's a good chance you wouldn't have been hit by a lot of those.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We'll get that spell slot back.
It was a one-time use thing on my sword.
Oh,
So I
gotcha.
didn't use the spell slot.
Well, I mean,
the spell.
I would say you just still have it.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do it.
So
The team removed your
How do you
people.
want to do that? Do I still have them up or no?
What?
Do I still have my illusion auras? Because
I would
maybe
say-
I wouldn't have been hit, but maybe I would have lost concentration. I don't know.
Since we forgot about it, we'll just say that it's up.
you
It missed all the
you
illusions.
just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Now there's 4 engines.
Yeah.
You gotta put all your
Shadow clone jutsu.
Yes. You watch as
Is there a mirror image
this
little?
this cleric reaches forward, and you watch as the dragon begins to freeze up. What is it? Wisdom
I thought
save?
So there's 4, right? Yeah.
That
3.
fails, so the dragon has to burn another one of its legendary resistances as he tried to hold the monster and paralyze it for a minute. Okay. So that was his turn. That one's going to make 2 strikes. That will be a... Yep, those both hit. So those were both 18, so 36 more points of damage.
What's easier? Concentrating, so I know if I'm concentrating on a spell. I won't forget.
The dragon is showing quite a bit of wear.
No.
Okay, Fury, your turn.
I'm going to.
Actually, after your turn.
That's fine.
Another wing attack.
Mm,
No, he's done 2 tail attacks. So he's going to make 1 more tail attack against you. Try to get you out of the fight. That's going to be a 19 to hit.
I don't know what.
Wait,
I
is
gotta
that
see if that hits
that's
one of my
with
doubles.
disadvantage because she marked it.
Okay.
And it's not the
19.
end of my turn. yet.
There's just so much going on in
Yeah,
this
I know.
battle.
There is. There's just too much.
I think one of your illusory copies goes away then.
Yep, so I'm
Yep.
down to 2 illusionary copies.
Okay. Alright. Fury, your turn.
I'm assuming it's still storming and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
So, just for a role playing aspect, I'm gonna channel some of the storm into me and use a third spell slot to get back 3 sorcery points,
Okay.
and then I'm going to try to cast slow and give it disadvantage again.
Okay. Wisdom save or charisma?
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. 16.
Uh,
Oh wait, that's not with disadvantage. 16.
Oh.
Save, so
barely.
Okay.
Bummer.
burn that last one.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. No, we
Sinjin,
didn't.
he has no more of those, so yeah. Sinjin, your turn.
You do heal.
Oh yeah, what do I heal?
Just a d6.
D6.
Oh wait, I never got the healing spirit.
You moved out of the way of it, unfortunately.
You could literally have just stepped to the left and gotten it, though.
It's just one square. Now it's on the other side of the ground.
Okay, 27.
Okay, sorry.
assume
I just like
hits.
got up. I didn't know
Well,
like.
he made you move, so you kind of once you moved out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
You're fine, you don't know.
So 14
Yeah,
points
because
of
then you
damage.
know where. I just didn't
And
know.
I'll do a
And I really
defensive
wasn't
flourish
sure
on
about
that. So
So much
another
going
7
on.
points of damage.
Okay. You're rolling really high on your bardic inspiration.
So now it's
Second
over on
attack,
Lewis.
28 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least it's not going to waste. I was like gonna feel really bad.
4 plus 6, 11 points of damage.
He's looking really rough.
Bonus action. 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
This is my. Well, it's magical, but it's 8, 19, 11, 12.
12. Yeah. It's barely hanging on. His
Dragon
turn.
Slayer is about to be added to Sinjin's title. No matter if he takes the killing blow or not.
Let's see if he gets it back. Dang it!
We all
Come
have to
on!
earn those titles.
Oh, I've rolled so bad on getting those back. I rolled a 2, a 4, and a 4 on these few turns.
You carry the titles
Okay.
of the group, but you don't earn them on your own. How about that?
He's going to make one strike against you, Callie,
Of course he is.
to start off. A bite attack. That'll be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
So
no more
you
wording
take-
maneuvers.
23 points of damage. Are you still up?
Yes.
Next attack against you is going to be an 18.
Nope.
Okay. Third attack against you, 30. Or 28. So that one hits. So it's another 14 points of damage.
I had 12.
So
I'm down again.
And down again.
So I don't
Okay.
get to take my little extra.
Enid, it's your turn. The dragon is
unless you
on
heal.
death's door.
Unless she heals me right now.
Well,
That's true.
let's attack it with the tombstone.
Let's.
Don't forget your DA
So-
inspiration.
I've been reading it. You have unlimited unwavering marks. It's the special attack that you have only your strength
Oh, I
modifier.
wrote down you can use.
That's only the special bonus.
16.
16 unfortunately misses. So that was a
So
bonus
you
action,
can
so
do
an action.
You can mark every single time I hit. Okay.
Callie's down?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that was bonus.
You can still shoot him with something.
So it's took away. What do I do? Everything else
Do you have
I.
guiding bolt?
Oh yes, I do. It's been so long since I've
It's up
used
to you
it.
if you want to use it. Oh, you see Callie is down. It's up to
You
you.
can't get to her to do
What?
kill wounds.
What healing word?
Sure
So
did a
use the
bonus action.
to attack with the two.
Yeah.
So you
Uh,
can't really heal her anyway, so you might as well attack.
Still feel like you should
I'll be
able to
fine.
do bonus. That's neither here.
There, I won't get to take a turn, but there's plenty of people before
Before him.
he goes again. Yeah.
Legendary actions.
Oh yeah, just kidding. I could die, but it's all right. You got diamonds.
Yeah, we're gonna be good.
Either way, all the pressure's on you.
What do you do with guiding
Add your
bolt?
spell
Add your
attack
spell attack
modifier.
modifier.
Oh yeah, so it's 20
That'll hit.
something.
Roll your damage.
Okay.
Finish him.
It's been so long. What is it?
46.
Do you
That
want
first
to kill
level.
the dragon?
This is the second battle in a row I haven't been able to do anything.
What? Because you got afraid?
How do you want to
No,
do this?
12.
because he's just been like,
I mean, it's just this big guiding bolt. I'm super.
Use my
I
spell.
just used my spell, and he flings into the air and falls back down.
Okay, so you.
I'm done.
Perfecto.
And as he flips up in the air, you use your spiritual weapon.
That's
You
right.
smack the tombstone down,
You greet death today.
Mm-hmm.
and he is no more.
Now where's your horde?
I'll healing word Callie.
She's dreaming about
Yeah, where's the horde?
You're cured 6.
Thank you. As I come back
That's what she
to
does.
life.
Sinjin didn't even go below half.
Yes, you did.
40.
I thought you went up to that. You did. You went. Yes, you did. You went. Yes, you did. Because then
I
you got
don't
the
remember.
healing spirit on you.
So the
You went
dragon collapses
You lied.
after the battle.
I would look up.
Okay.
You had 30 something on there at one point.
Hey, friends.
You can see the knight kind of just has his hands, the sword resting across. He's like kind of hunched over on his knees. You can see the other dragonborn is currently just kind of standing there, and you can just see he walks up to the other knight, and they begin conversing a little bit. But they see you, and you can see he has a full helmet on with the kind of the slits, and right there, and you can just see the outline of his face. You can't really make out his face, but you currently see them standing there. It's loud. Can't really hear right now, like too much, but
I assume am I still afraid of this thing?
no.
No. You no longer feel threatened by it, I don't think.
You watch up in the sky, and you see this. You watch as the clouds kind of the lightning illuminates the sky for a split second. You watch as you see a massive silver dragon bite into the neck of a blue dragon twice the size of that one. Bites into its neck. You watch as another massive golden dragon. All these dragons are massive. Like, in the sky. Massive. And you watch as it comes over and it breathes up fire, curling around the entire body of this other dragon that's there. And you watch, finally, as this massive bronze dragon comes spiraling in. And you watch as it dives through the stomach, and this massive blue dragon,
Do we need to like get out of the way of this?
Splits in two as the neck is separated.
How convenient.
From that.
Do you think they need any help?
And you watch as they grab the pieces and begin flying off.
That was awesome.
That was gross.
What just happened?
I met a dragon.
I killed a dragon. She killed a dragon. We killed a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you see how I took most of the hits? That was awesome.
Did you see how I finished it off?
You watch as one of the...
No, I didn't actually, because I was out.
One of the individuals wearing...
Never seen a dragon before, and there were 5 in the same place at the same time.
Well, we knew that they got dragons down there.
They sure do.
So now we kill dragons too, huh?
Yeah, we do.
Thank you for your assistance.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you. He came out of nowhere.
We were sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they... well,
Some of us were.
Not as he goes and he starts tapping the tooth like with the sword on that one, and he just kind of is looking at it. He's like, not the biggest adult I've seen, but and you can kind of see now. You can see some dark features underneath. You can see actually several dreadlocks apparently coming out and kind of spilling over the shoulders of this silver armor. Who are you? Obviously, this is unfortunate timing and an unfortunate place to be. I mean, you're on the road, and it's luckily that you are at least somewhat able to fight.
Sinjin Psychowitz, hero of heroes. These are my disciples in training, and we're out adventuring, saving lives wherever we go.
Oh. Well, that is good. Wait. You said disciples of Sinjin.
Yes. Maybe you've heard of us.
Your name has begun to precede you.
Well,
We've heard of a band of adventurers. They did something in Daxor Spire, off to the east.
cleared out that too. Yep.
Well, tell's beginning to spread.
Do you care if we kind of dissect this guy a bit?
I have no problem with that. We will take the land for ourselves, but anything else that you require, that's fine. We haven't seen an attack like this in a couple of years. Well, it's done. Hey, do your work. By the way, Durian. Durian Accost.
Durian, like the fruit?
Durian.
Yep.
A cot?
Accost. Acost.
What race does he look like?
Appears to be human.
Human. Silver Guard. Are you part of the Silver Guard?
I am the bright sword of the Silver Guard.
That sounds fancy. Is that like the leader?
It's the captain. Yes.
Fantastic. Captain, good stuff. Right, so
I would do my 20-foot radius thing again. Just the
keep
rain
going.
thing.
Well, I'm assuming are you heading north or south towards Ventark?
South.
South? Well, he kind of goes forward, shakes all your hands. Hopefully safer travels as you continue to make your way south. But you hear this rumbling sound. Well, it sounds like my ride has just landed. I'm needing to go. But, yes. Best of luck to you.
Yeah, they will.
And you watch as they kind of jog off into the distance.
Did that other dragon was it carried away?
You watched as the 3 pieces of it that were dissected were grabbed out of the air by the other 3 dragons, and then they start taking them away. You heard a loud, and you're assuming that they're running off. Maybe one of the chunks was dropped, and they're going to
see if I can use my bottle from my potion of heroism and get any blood before it all dries up.
Okay, make a survival check. 15. Yeah, you're able to get a full vial of it and stuff. You watched before they left. You saw the cleric just quickly run over, slit open the throat, and slowly kind of begin dissecting around. And you watch as you just see this massive gland that's kind of like an orb-like structure inside of the throat of this creature, and you can just see it giving off like this electric pulse. And you watch as he slips on these gloves, kind of grabs hold of it. Let's go. And they take off with it. And
I would want to try to get some scales off of it.
Me too.
okay. All right, make a survival check. So you got a full vial of blood.
20, not natural.
20. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
6.
6.
60.
Well,
60.
Then roll it.
Oh,
Now roll a regular D10. So that's 60, and then roll for the 1 digit.
4.
60. You collect 64 adult blue dragon scales.
Go for good money. Are claws and teeth valuable?
Make a.
I would assume every
Right.
part
I
of
think
it.
Are
so
you
because
collecting
we already
anything?
have 10 dragon teeth.
I think it's safe to assume all parts of a dragon are valuable.
Probably.
So, yeah. We have 10 dragon teeth already that we got from the horde and Dexter's Spire.
What?
Oh yeah, there were just teeth in there because he rolled to see what we found.
So we probably know that they're valuable.
Yeah.
is
So we
my
should try to
point.
take some teeth and claws.
Yeah, we don't have claws.
Someone want to help me?
Yeah.
You already rolled one, so someone else would have to roll because you were.
I will
collecting
help
blood and
someone
stuff.
else to give them
Is that
advantage.
just a d20?
This will probably be the last roll. So which are you collecting for, teeth or claws? Because it's the rain's kind of making it slick and harder to.
Yeah, teeth.
So you can either roll separately, like Ash, if you wanted to roll separately for teeth or claws. If you want to roll for teeth or claws, you can just decide.
Roll for claw. I'll do teeth.
Okay.
There is no rain by the dragon at
Do I
this
add
moment.
anything?
Survival.
Survival.
True.
Just immerse yourself in what is
18.
18. Okay.
the only point of that ability.
You end up getting 2 full claws from that.
You want these?
What'd you roll?
I do, but you have a bag of holding.
8.
Yeah.
Roll me a
Not
d6.
valuable.
Yeah.
The pouch of
6.
Oh.
6. You, luckily enough, collect 6 more dragon teeth.
Nice. We're almost gonna have
Yeah.
a full mouth.
is our tent completely blown into
Yeah, it's gone.
Cool.
Yeah, you don't see the tent
We
at
have-
all.
I'm assuming my 6 didn't really do anything.
You're 6.
Yeah, I got a 6 for my survival.
No. Like you were sitting there, like you saw Callie just begin like kind of cutting off like a length of skin and like begin slowly taking off the scales very carefully, and you're just like, nah, I'm good.
You're focused on the weather.
Apparently, that's all I've been
So,
doing this night.
you
Full
guys, are you guys trying to rest the rest
I
of the
think we
evening?
need to. I have 6 HP, so yeah.
Maybe if you move over.
Yeah, we can not be right here.
But yeah, I can take first watch because I didn't get.
If you rest but don't sleep, you still heal and get your spells. You just don't. You just
No, if
take
you
a
don't
point of
sleep,
exhaustion, right?
it depends on what you are. Elves don't need to sleep; they just meditate. Gnomes will need sleep in order to gain the benefits of a long rest. So,
I would think anything that happened before, you're probably so physically exhausted now.
Yeah.
so with both of your features, you guys can be dry without wind, and
Well, technically, I can only change the direction of the wind.
yeah,
Not
It could blow away from us.
yeah.
I guess.
if it's blowing away from you, that means it's hitting you in the other.
No, you're essentially just making an alcove where it
Okay.
splits around you.
I can do that.
Yeah.
That's
You're
what I
you're
wish
changing-
the ability
You're
was.
changing
So,
changing the direction of the
That's what it
wind.
is now.
It is what it is now. Yeah,
All right. I guess we will attempt to sleep then.
but
So-
I do have to be awake. So
Oh.
once it's Once
Once you go to sleep.
the rain thing, it just says I can do it. The other is a bonus action.
Okay.
So it'll be dry, but
I
there's-
always say that you guys fall asleep exhausted from the battle. After a couple hours, the rain stops, and you find a deeper sleep. And you wake up the next morning, and that is where we will pick up next time. So, you guys are about a day away travel from from Ventark after a night of battling a dragon. So, well
Nice.
done. All right. Thank you, everybody that watched. We appreciate it. And feel free to follow us on Instagram, on Twitter. You can catch all of our older videos on either YouTube or on Spotify. We have 5 podcasts.
yeah.
the fruit apparently
We also
smells
just posted the
horrible,
recap, St. John's
but apparently
recap.
tastes
If
delicious.
you want to get caught up to where we are currently, it's about a 15-minute video. So, but yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Probably next week, middle of the week sometime. So, all right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.